So, as I've made clear, there is nothing prepared for this. So we will be welcoming, in fact, desperately clinging on to audience suggestions like drowning people clinging on to wreckage. But
Don't feed
the
them
basic
ideas.
setup we have. The basic setup we have is that you are all at least associated with a family somewhere in suburban, I think we said Delaware when we were throwing ideas around earlier.
And Boston.
It's moved all over the country, but I think we settled on Delaware in the end, which is why everyone has Boston accents.
Except me.
Later. And
sure.
Oh, God.
And so it begins.
That's the only thing I can say in a Boston accent. So that's all I'm going to say all night. Boston accent.
Right.
The other thing is that obviously with this being a Halloween themed special, is that it takes place, let's say, around Halloween, at least in the run up to Halloween. Shall we set the scene then by introducing your characters, and then we'll kick things off. Looking around the screen, going from left to right, at least with the view I'm seeing, Cup, do you want to go first?
I will, just as they started mowing loudly.
No, actually, no, sorry.
Joe should go first.
Joe should go first. We decided this ahead of time, and I completely forgot. Joe, do you want to start by introducing your character?
Sure. So I'm playing a 45-year-old musician called Dan Spring. He has had a reasonably successful music career. He's pretty much settled down now. He's a part-time wedding singer, part-time, I guess, like sort of music teacher, sort of peripatetic stuff, teaching local kids in the neighborhood. He currently lives alone. He's got an estranged wife and an estranged daughter. I kind of imagine the fact that his music career didn't lead to him being the best, most doting father, and I believe he's hoping to make that up in this episode. We'll see how it goes.
At first, I thought you said he had a strange wife. I was like, this is going to be fun.
Estranged.
Well, strange works too.
Yeah.
What's your ex-wife's name?
Good question.
This is why they're divorced.
You cut her out of your life so thoroughly you can't even remember what it's called.
Yeah. It was
Hey,
really
who the
messy
fuck
divorce.
are you?
I think she was called Rose, wasn't she?
Or Rosie, I think. Let's say Rosie.
Could be.
She'll be back to kill us all.
She's
Sure.
the pumpkin.
Oh, the chat said you called her pumpkin, though.
Oh, God. Rena, do you want to go up next then?
Yes. So I am the aforementioned strange or estranged daughter of Dan. I'm Caroline Summer, named after the song Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, and I hate it. So if anyone calls me Sweet Caroline in this stream, they're probably going to regret it.
Oh, boy.
But I am a university student in Boston, where I am studying media studies, and I produce my own podcast called Sweet and Sour with my friends. So.
Okay. How about you then, Cup?
All right. So I'm playing Stevie Nicks Gorski, and I am a sorry. I'm a student, and I'm sound designer for Sweet and Sour, the podcast Rena mentioned. I'm 19 years old. I am, pretty aimless in life, just kind of a pothead, except when it comes to sound design. So have some aspirations to make it to at least the concert scene in the short term, and then maybe to Hollywood someday. So I just walk around with this backpack with my MacBook, a couple of microphones, some headphones, just so that wherever we are, we can get Sweet and Sound recorded. Oh, and my sister, who's very dear to me, her name is Lindsay Buckingham Gorski.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
Okay, and finally, Wes, who are you playing?
I'm playing Pete Wicks, Pete Wicks is a podcast host with Sweet Caroline over here. We are in the realm of the conspiracy. Pete's 20. He's kind of a loner on campus. His jackets all have patches on them of varying degree of informative patch. You know that guy that's like they're watching you and like nothing is real. The truth is out there. It's like all over his jackets are patches. He carries a messenger bag with just loaded with random books and loose papers that are always coming out the side. But he always has a handgun in there just in case, because you never know who's watching.
No.
God.
He's a native Bostonian. He has very few friends because of his conspiracy ideals, and he is the sweet half of the podcast because Caroline is apparently not.
We're sour, Caroline.
If anyone in chat has an inventory item they'd like to give one of the players, go ahead and chime in with that one.
You know what to give me.
Don't give Rena a minigun, please.
And you mentioned, Cup, that you wanted the suburban setting for this to be Delaware. What was the name of the place in Delaware?
Gosh, I don't remember. Newcastle, I think.
All right. Yeah, that rings a bell. Let's say Newcastle.
It's a fun name.
I know nothing about Newcastle, Delaware, so apologies to any listeners who do.
Okay, the chat wants us to give, even though he already has a handgun, they want to give Wes dynamite.
Nice. Thank you. Also, this is Improv. You know everything about Newcastle, Delaware. Whatever you say is true.
For these 3 hours, everything we say is true.
I'm just thinking about how dead my character already is.
Yeah. Okay, one last thing to establish then, which is obviously because this is taking place at Caroline's, the house in which Caroline grew up, or at least spent part of her childhood after her parents separated. Why is she going back there for Halloween along with two of her friends?
Well, I've been in therapy, and like my therapist said, I should like reach out to the people who have like hurt me in the past. And like I got an email from my dad, and I haven't seen him in forever, and I didn't want to answer, but my therapist said I probably should because I have unresolved issues to work through. So Dad was like, hey, why don't we come up for Halloween? We'll have a party. It'll be fun. And I said, sure, but I'm bringing my friends because I'm not going up there by myself. And my therapist said that was actually pretty healthy. So here we are.
When you came in with Valley Girl, I realized Scott's going to kill all of us.
Like that was ever in doubt, Cup.
The chat says I have a Neil Diamond voodoo doll, by the way.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that's so great. So you have the way to move it?
Yes.
No one's going to get the Neil Diamond references.
I'm just going to keep dropping Diamond song references. I don't give a shit.
And I'll take the pumpkin carving knife that the chat suggested.
I now want to see the chat. Where's the chat?
I pulled up Twitch on my phone so I can look at it there.
So it's a pumpkin carving knife, like +1 against pumpkins.
Yeah, I think so.
So the last thing I think to sort out is Dan putting everyone up in the house, or just Caroline? Was he expecting the others to turn up, or have you just been doorstepped by this bunch of strangers?
I think Dan will probably go along with the flow. Like he probably lived quite a wild life, although he's very settled down now. And he probably likes to think that he's still really wild. He's just not at all.
He's got a tour van in the back.
Yeah, with no wheels.
Well, actually, let's start it off like this then. So, Caroline has emailed you or texted you and told you that she is coming back for, I guess, at least a long weekend at Halloween. And so you were expecting her, but then, the doorbell's gone and you've answered.
Well, I've invited her in the spring, but then it became the summer. And now it's
I hate you.
It's Halloween. Time flies. It really does. They grow up so fast.
So you've answered the door, and as well as your sweet Caroline, there are these two scruffy little oiks who seem to be in her wake.
Hi. I guess you're like Dad.
Oh well, God. I'm so sorry. Just hang on a moment. Just wait a moment. And he just like closes the door on the three of you.
Okay. Like,
Caroline, what's up with your dad?
Yeah, your dad's a fucking asshole.
yeah, like this is why I haven't spoken to him in like 10 years. I told you guys all the story on our drive up here. Like, I know this. Remind me why we thought this was a good idea again. Like,
I thought he had weed.
Yeah, I was hoping for some wicked good pot. Why is your dad fucking holding out?
And the door opens again, and he's there with a little boy, probably about 12, and he says, "I'm really sorry to cut your lesson short, but my daughter's here. Caroline, I wasn't expecting you and your..." he looks you both up and down. You and your friends for another hour or so. Sorry, I've just been teaching guitar downstairs in the music room.
There's this very irritable-looking 12-year-old boy who's standing there staring daggers at all of you, and then just turns back and says, "Well, give me my $20 back, mister."
Yeah, sure. We're still on for next week. I'll call your mum. You're all right to walk home. It's just across the road, right?
He looks daggers at you. Well, she was going to give me a ride back in half an hour, but I guess I can wait outside.
Sure. All right. Well, you do that. And he's looking really distracted.
And Stevie pats him on the head. The dad, I mean.
Oh.
and Caroline pats the kid on the head. She's like, he was like always like this, so like this is nothing new.
He takes a step back from the kid.
So, do the three of you want to come in, or would you like to go for a beer?
It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Dad, and I'm not 21 yet. Like,
oh, sure, right, of course. Do you want to come in? Just come in. Grab yourself a seat.
The kid walks off and just sits down at the end of the driveway.
Oh, he's going to kill all of us. Okay.
the murder kid.
And Dan shows you into his like front room, which is like there's like guitars mounted on the wall. There's maybe like a record, not like a gold record, I think, just like a record on the wall. And I guess there's like a lava lamp and like an old like analog TV, and the walls are painted orange. There's like a really sort of low sofa. He says, "So you kids, you guys, you wanna have a drink or anything? I got some sodas in the fridge or water."
You said something about beer.
One thing I will throw in at this stage is, I mean, despite the fact that it's Halloween, it doesn't sound like you've decorated for it. The closest thing there is in the living room to a Halloween decoration is there on a side table. There is a pumpkin, and the pumpkin is green.
Oh God!
Caroline makes a beeline for this green pumpkin, and she like just pulls out her phone and starts tapping notes. Like, I knew it. It's proof. I knew it. And I was like, Stevie, Stevie,
what is it?
I found the pumpkin. I told you it was real. Like, look, it's like over here. Like, I found it.
Okay. And Stevie walks over, and Stevie's wearing a hot dog costume, by the way, since it's Halloween. And according to the chat, Rena's dressed as a weed raccoon. And
I wanted the reed raccoon.
Wes, I don't know what a midweek cutie is. Do you?
Off-brand Wednesday
It's
Addams.
definitely not me.
It's off-brand Wednesday. It's off-brand Wednesday Addams. It's an actual thing.
Okay.
Oh, midday cute. Okay, so I am wearing a black like pencil, like what, like a black skirt with leggings.
I think that sounds right.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
And pigtails.
So Pete's walking around and he's looking at all the guitars on the wall that he was talking about, and just kind of admiring them. You're a weed raccoon.
Yeah, I probably got a few beers in the fridge if you fancy them. Hey, let me go see. And he's gonna leave you guys alone in the room.
Caroline rolls her eyes. Like, does he have to try so hard to be cool? Oh, and goes back to examining the pumpkin.
And Stevie pulls out a joint and looks at Caroline and asks, "How cool is your dad?"
Like, I don't know, but like if he's gonna give you a beer, I'm sure he's fine with weed.
Okay.
Mom said he did a lot of weed anyway. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Well, cool. I'll wait till he comes back so I can offer some to him too.
Pete sits down on whatever chair there is and adjusts his striped knee socks and yells out, "Hey, you got any fucking pot?"
Yeah, sorry, I haven't washed up yet. It's a bit of a mess. I say I wasn't expecting you for a few hours.
So, are we over at this pumpkin then, Scott?
It sounds like
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So, what's the deal with the pumpkin? This just looks like it's not ripe.
Yeah, it's a bit on the small side as well. But yeah, it is a green pumpkin.
Like, Stevie, remember like what I told you about like my dad and Neil Diamond and how our whole thing is we are proving on our podcast that Neil Diamond is Illuminati.
Oh,
And this proves it.
You know, it's just
It's a great pumpkin.
you know this is
At that
just
moment,
us talking,
Dan
right?
comes in and he says, "So you guys like Neil Diamond? Hey, you know I was in a Neil Diamond cover band a while back." And he sort of points to the record.
Oh, you were fucking out there spreading the fucking message? Is that what you do?
Well, I mean,
Is that what you do? Your father spreads the fucking message of the Illuminati?
He,
What?
like, we talked about this. Like, I told you, we know this. You knew that my dad was doing the Neil Diamond thing. We talked about this.
Yeah, you know, but it just gets me all hot under the fucking collar. My skirt's riding up on me. I'm a little pissed off right now.
Yeah, he hands you like a bud or something. Maybe you take the light beer. So, what do you kids got planned for tonight? Are you trick or treating? And he sort of looks you up and down in the costumes.
Well, like, you said something about like a party. Can't be Halloween party without costumes.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I've got a few friends popping over tonight. You know, from the old days. Yeah, it should be pretty great. I started decorating, as you can see. I got a pumpkin. They're sort of all sold out at the shop, though, as you can see. I got this green one.
Is Rachel coming?
Who?
It better not be Rachel. Mom told me like all about Rachel, and like I don't want to see her. This was not part of the deal with my therapist. Like, we're not talking to Rachel.
Hey, I don't know what your mom has told you, but there is no Rachel. I haven't been seeing anyone for a long time.
Well, like, obviously you have a lava lamp.
Hey, what? Hey, like, things didn't work out between me and your mom, and like, God knows I could have been a better father, but you got to understand, there are two sides to this story.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I hope maybe me and you could have caught up as well. But I guess if your friends are here and you want to have a good time, that's fine as well.
Yes.
And
Like,
he hands you a beer.
party time. Sweet.
Are you
Mom
gonna-
lets me have beer.
Are you gonna play some music for us, Pops?
Hey, yeah, sure. What do you want to hear?
Neil Diamond?
Like, Stevie, do you still want to be employed on this podcast?
Fleetwood Mac?
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe later. Like, I know, Caroline, you're not a big fan of the whole Neil Diamond thing.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I fucking wonder why.
Hey, quick question, Joe. When Caroline was growing up, did she have a positive temperament?
He's Dan, but he goes by Joe.
Oh, whatever. I'm reading his thing. Dan.
I mean, yeah, you were a sweet kid, Caroline. You're real sweet.
She was a sweet kid.
Oh. Pete,
Would you call her Sweet Caroline?
I slap Pete across the face.
That was deserved.
Roll for damage.
I'm dead now.
2d6 plus 3 damage from slap across the face. Your nose disappears.
Hey, but I've got some decorations around, mate. I'll go bring them up from the cellar. Maybe we could make this place, look nice before the party.
As he says that, Stevie takes the bud that he handed him and shotguns it with that pumpkin knife. And there's beer everywhere, all over the carpet now.
Way to fucking take that beer down, Stevie.
Yeah, Pete, you want one? I'll just go right to the fridge.
Yeah.
Now I know where he went. So I'll go grab Pete a beer out of the fridge.
There's like a lot of beers in the fridge, I think.
Disturbing number of beers, varieties too.
And then like a pat of butter, and that's it. Piece of celery, maybe.
Perfect bachelor fridge. All right.
You sustain on butter and beer.
I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it with Bud in case they decide to come sponsor this in post.
Well, you keep saying bud, and I keep thinking you mean weed. So every time you say hands me some bud.
It's Michelob Ultra now.
Okay.
There's a knock at the front door.
Probably that kid.
Probably the fucking government.
Has Dan gone downstairs yet? Or
he's gone. Yeah, he's gone downstairs.
Technically, it's like my house. So okay. And Caroline just goes to the door and opens it.
Okay, yes, the kid who's who was having the lesson earlier, who's standing there, looking a bit confused, and says, "I texted my mum to tell her that the lesson had finished early and to come and pick me up, and she just, I don't know, she just keeps texting me the same thing back." And he shows you the phone, and there's just the same message over and over again being repeated that just says, "The pumpkin is green."
And Caroline looks at the pumpkin and then looks back at the kid and says, well, she ain't wrong. I don't know what to do. Where do you live?
It gives you an address that actually you don't know this area particularly well. Oh, no, you did grow up here, sorry, you said. So, yeah, it gives you an address that's 20 minutes drive away.
Dad, the kid's back, and, I think he needs a ride. But I've been drinking. I don't think I should be driving.
And I guess Dan's going to come back with this box full of assorted decorations, and they probably go back to your childhood as well. There'll be Christmas decorations, there's Halloween decorations. Do Americans have Thanksgiving decorations? Is that a thing? There's Thanksgiving
yes.
Oh yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
4th of July decorations. That's a thing too, isn't it? Hey, I know stuff. And
Arbor Day decorations.
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Fireworks night? No, that's just Guy Fawkes thing, isn't it? Anyway, hey, I'll take you back, kid. Here you go. Eddie sort of dumps the whole thing on the floor. Hey guys, do you want to decorate up here? As I said, I've got a lot of people coming around later, and you can join the party or whatever you want. But yeah, make it look nice. Careful of that pumpkin though. I don't think it's right.
Oh, I wasn't going to make pie out of it, but whatever.
Sure. Yeah. And I guess I'll start up this sort of really beat up car and motion the kid to get in.
Yeah, he trudges over to the car and slides in. It occurs to me he doesn't have a name yet. Let's call him Billy.
Good kid name.
And yeah, he sits in the front seat and goes back to playing with his phone.
Caroline is digging through the box of decorations in the meantime, muttering diatribes about how adult children are not slave labor.
I imagine Stevie and Pete have pulled lots of guitars off the wall and started playing them by now.
Maybe a lot of them are pretty shitty, but there's at least one which is really, really nice.
Okay, Pete can have that one.
Pete's plucking out a bad intro to Stairway to Heaven.
Better than the alternative.
Is the pumpkin carved, Scott, or is it just a little mini pumpkin?
No, it's just a small green pumpkin.
Caroline, you think we should?
What color's the pumpkin?
The pumpkin is green.
Got it.
Stevie's gonna hold up his pumpkin knife and look at Caroline. You think we should carve the pumpkin for your dad?
Like, yeah, but like something cool. I don't think he knows what cool is, so it'll have to be something really radical.
Like barbed wire?
No, like that's a bit too metal. We don't want to. I know. Draw the Illuminati symbol.
All right, here
That'll
you go,
get
Pete. And I give Pete the knife.
That'll show him we know.
What am I gonna do with that knife?
You're gonna carve the pumpkin. I don't want to do it.
He looks at the knife and looks at the pumpkin, goes over to the pumpkin, and slowly begins to cut around the top of the stem to begin carving said pumpkin.
Okay. As you do this, sort of greenish liquid bubbles up from where you've been cutting it, and there is a god-awful smell coming out. So sort of smell of rotten vegetation.
Oh God, your pumpkin's got green fucking snot coming out of it.
Oh, that shit's rotten. Throw it away. Nasty.
Oh, we gotta see what's inside it. And he keeps
Caroline pulls
cutting
out her phone and
faster.
Caroline starts filming on her smartphone. Like, this is some seriously creepy shit going on here right now, and like we could do this as like bonus content on the YouTube channel.
Somebody in the chat said, fucking guts, kid.
Got to keep the Patreon backers happy.
It's really early in the stream, man. I don't know if I'd keep cutting.
I gotta know what's inside it. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, you'll see
So I'm gonna work on my cutting motion so it doesn't look suspect. He's cutting around the stem, and when he gets to the end,
Wait, on the stream, it's too high. Take it down. It's too high.
No, he's cutting, and he grabs the stem and he opens it up. He opens up the pumpkin.
You open it up, and yeah, more of this green liquid bubbles out, and you can see that there are what look like, I don't know, shoots or something inside. These tendrils, green tendrils in amongst all this foul-smelling green muck that's bubbling out. And they just seem to, yeah, maybe it's not tendrils, maybe it's infested with worms and they're wriggling around, but they're definitely moving.
Oh God, look at this, you guys. There's fucking worms in here. Like, shows it off to the camera.
Like, I've like never seen anything like this before, but I think those might like be. Did you ever see like Star Trek, like the second one with those like worms that they put in people's brains so they could like control them? Like this, that's what this makes me think of. Like,
Oh,
do
like
you
the
think he's
Borg
growing
man?
mind control worms? No, wrong Star Trek. Like the one with the worms that go in the ears.
I can't fucking believe both of you watch fucking Star Trek.
Wait,
that's what the government wants you to do. They're trying to hypnotize you into what the future could be so they can fucking control you.
How do you like earworms, but you don't like Neil Diamond? I'm sorry. He has 300 million
Okay.
listens on Spotify.
Holy
Because
shit.
like these are like Neil Diamond earworms. I didn't say I like them, but it's like you know how like when you hear a Neil Diamond song and like you feel like you gotta move, like you gotta dance and you gotta sing, even if you like don't know the lyrics, you suddenly know the lyrics. Like that's what this is.
And the tendrils inside the partially gutted pumpkin are now wriggling out a bit, dripping this green liquid all over the place.
Put the lid back on, Pete. Put it back on.
No, I want to see what fucking happens. So he leaves it open for a little longer.
Dan comes back 5 minutes later. The house is on fire.
And we're all
I
dead.
opened your fucking pumpkin.
Yeah, some of the tendrils are going up in the air. Some of them are spreading out over the surface of the pumpkin. And I mean, they're fairly long little fibers. I mean, they're only a few millimeters wide. And there don't seem to be any leaves or anything growing off them. Just these pale greenish tendrils wriggling out, spreading out from the open pumpkin.
Oh, wow. Like, have we read about anything about this? Like, anything like this? Because we could do, like, a whole episode on this. Maybe, like, a whole series on, like, and Caroline pulls, as someone in the chat said, she has a mass-produced paperback of the Necronomicon and starts flipping through it, looking to see if she can find anything.
I think I have that.
About this.
You broke out the fucking Necronomicon?
Like, when else am I, like, gonna use it? Like, this is the perfect time. That's why we got it, remember?
Well, if it's the paperback,
Maybe we can-
the Necronomicon that was published a while back. There's plenty of instructions in there for summoning Babylonian demons.
Like, do you think this is like demon worms?
I think it's a fucking metaphor.
I'm gonna go
Neil
see.
Diamond does.
I'm gonna see if there's any raid under the sink.
Okay, so you're going off in search of poisons, and everyone else is staring at the pumpkin. Let's cut over to Dan, however, who's still driving Billy home.
The creepy kid.
Yeah, Billy is still very much just focused on his phone. The drive over to his house, however, is a fairly quick one because there really isn't much traffic on the roads. And you pull up outside. It's getting dark at this stage. And there aren't any lights on inside the house.
Hey, Billy, do you want to try and call your mom again? This is a bit weird, isn't it? Where's she at?
He texts her back, and then there's just a ping of incoming text. And again, you can just see his screen filling up with a message, "The pumpkin is green."
Hey, I think you've downloaded some like chat software or something. Come on, let's all see if she's in. And he jumps out
He
of the car.
shrugs and gets out of the car.
So, you have a key or anything?
Yeah, he taps his pockets and says, "Nah."
Locksmith.
Yeah, okay, well, come on, let's see what we can do. And I sort of wander up to the house, but I'm sort of looking at all the windows and looking up and down the neighborhood. Like, is there any like lights on? Like, is this the only house in complete darkness?
No, I mean, so the street lights are beginning to come on at this stage, but looking around, I think there are lights on in a couple of the houses.
I'm going to start like sort of banging on the door quite loudly. Hey,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, before you
got
do
your
that,
kid.
before you do that, as you're walking up the drive towards the house, just give me a spot hidden roll.
Sure.
Hey, I've got your kid. Like, that's a great way to start off.
A 31. I don't think I put anything in spot hidden. I never do. Spot hidden. 30. So no, that's a fail.
It depends whether you want to spend the 1 point of luck or not.
Let me quickly roll luck. It's 3d6 times 5, isn't it?
3d6
God.
times 5, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my luck is
We're
14
professionals.
70. Nice. So I'll do one bit of luck out of my 70 luck. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Then in the light that's coming from the street lights, and it's not quite fully dark yet, it's sunset. Just in the fading light, you notice the curtains of what may be the living room, or at least one of the front rooms, just twitch as you walk up the drive.
Hey, I think she's in. I just saw her. Hey, Mrs. She's
Billy's not paying any attention. He's back to playing on his phone.
Never mind. I'm gonna sort of like wander up to the door and like if there's a knocker, I'll bang on it. If not, I'll just give it like a really big knock.
There's a doorbell and there's a knocker. You're spoiled for choice.
I think I said knocker. We'll do knocker.
Yeah. Okay. Go for the knocker. Yeah.
Hello?
You hear the sound of movement inside.
Hey, Billy, I can hear your mum. I need to get back quick. My daughter's in the house.
If the house is still standing.
And yeah, I mean, you knock again, and there's definitely the sound of movement coming towards the door.
Hey, Mrs. Billy's mum. It's Dan here, the guitar teacher. I've had a bit of emergency. I need to end the lesson.
I think that sort of sums up the professional relationship you have with your clients, Mrs. Billy's mum.
He's really, really good looking. Like he's a proper so I think he's got 80 in appearance, and he's got 60 in guitar. So he's he can play a good tune, and Mrs. Billy's mum, it's Dan here. You know, we met before. Your kid's here. I need to end the lesson early.
There's, the sound of the door sort of unlocking from the other side, and then it creaks open. Well, not creaks open, it opens slowly. And inside it's dark. You see there is a woman. You can pick her out in the street light that's coming through. She's standing there sort of looking at you fairly vacantly. Or at least not even looking at you, just looking out. Her mouth is slightly slack. There's an awful smell coming from the house. A smell like rotting vegetables.
Is this
Billy
the
doesn't
woman
seem
that
to
dropped
notice
him
any
off?
of this.
Presumably I met her when he was dropped off.
Yes, you've seen her before. Yeah, this is Mrs. Billy's mum. Billy doesn't notice any of this and just sort of pushes past her, still looking at his phone, and goes into the house. She's still standing there. I was about to ask you to make a spot in roll, but you just passed one, so I'll let the result ride.
Sure.
You can see, just in the dim light, for a start, there seems to be stuff moving around behind her in the gloom that you can't quite make out. But one thing that does catch your attention, which just doesn't seem to make any sense, is that her feet don't seem to be quite touching the ground.
Do you want me to roll sanity?
Well, if you're asking, it'd be rude for me not to ask for a SAN roll.
Sure.
Joe just wants every opportunity to say sure.
86 versus my sanity of 40.
Okay, well, I think, I don't think this is going to be the kind of thing that could drive you over the edge, but we'll still give you a D3, so if you want to roll that.
Yeah, sure.
40 sanity?
Yeah.
How many drugs did you do?
Do you say D3?
D3.
Okay, so I got a 2 points of sanity.
Okay. So, yeah, I think with the shock, because obviously you have an involuntary reaction as this happens, sort of stumble back and catch your foot on an uneven paving slab and just land heavily on your ass. And Mrs. Billy's mum is coming out of the doorway now. She doesn't step over. You can see her feet aren't moving, and she's just moving towards you. Her mouth is open. There seems to be something coming out of her mouth. There's something moving behind her as well, but again, you can't quite make out what that is in the gloom. She isn't saying anything, but she's just almost gliding towards you.
This escalated quickly. Is there like a fence post nearby?
Give me a luck roll.
Well, I just rolled a whole lot of luck, so that could go well.
Yes.
Let's see. 21 versus 69.
Nice.
There is a fence post nearby, and I think on a hard success, the fence post is loose.
I'm going to grab it and stay back. Billy, come out the house there. And I'm sort of waving at her.
There's a sort of thumping noise from inside the house, and then no response from Billy.
Christ, I'm going to try and get by her. I don't know, is she reacting when I sort of swing the fence post in her direction?
Not even remotely.
How far has she come out of the house? How far?
A few feet.
How fucking far?
500 miles.
Yeah, a few feet, but she's still moving towards.
That's the
you slowly.
Proclaimers.
I know, I'm just going with all the song references I have.
Every song is
I think
in
it's
play.
fun.
I'm gonna.
Every song just wishes it was a Neil Diamond song.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and like get around her without, being knocked over, like just without getting too close to her.
Then let's do this as a dodge roll to get around her.
Okay. I don't think my dodge is very high.
That's a shame.
Oh, but I rolled a 2.
Wow.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
2 versus 25.
Okay, yeah,
Wow.
you dodge around her. In the process, you can see that what is supporting her is there is a long. It looks like a vine or something, but it's too thick. I mean, it's almost as thick as a tree trunk that is sticking into the middle of her back and is just holding her off the ground. That just seems to have gone straight into her back. And as you push into the house, you can see that the inside of it is just filled with what looks like vines that are twitching and moving around, dripping this green ichor inside. And there's this horrible smell. And as you push inside, just in the dim bit of light you can see, there's Billy. He's standing there again. He's off the ground, and there are these tendrils. Some of them going into his mouth, some of them going into his ears, just wrapped around him, and he's just there, being held up in the air. Let's have another.
Forever in blue jeans.
Sweet Caroline, Joe is dead.
63 versus was it? Oh, sanity, wasn't it? It was 38.
Yeah. Okay, I think this one's the full D6.
Okay, nice.
Bout of madness. Bout of madness.
I got a 3 this time.
Right.
35 sanity left.
Right. So, what is Dan's reaction to all this?
I think he's gonna I think he's gonna run. I think he's gonna get out of there. I think he's gonna try and get in his car and speed off. He's having none of this.
I think because you got such a good dodge roll before, I won't make you roll again on that. So, yeah. I mean, you know the way out of here. You've kind of worked out how to step around all these vines, and so yeah, you leg it back to the car.
He's just sort of ran in and go, nope, and run straight out. And I'm going to absolutely floor it, go as fast as I can back, because something odd is going on here. Like this, I don't think it's just our house.
Man, I sure hope the kids haven't touched that pumpkin.
Right, yeah, let's cut back to the house. Where
Told
the
you
kids
not to
have
touch
touched
that pumpkin.
Should we roll sanity, Scott, for the pumpkin worms?
Yeah, I think as there are now tendrils of it spreading far too fast throughout the house, then yeah, we probably should.
Okay.
That's an 89. That's a fail. Woohoo!
Okay, how about...
Oh, good. I rolled a 68, which is a fail.
I rolled 97.
Oh my god.
What did your sand start at, Cap?
60, I think. Wait. Why do I have 17? Hold on a second. Let me...
Because you do. No take back teeth.
No. The written value is 40, so I just hit the wrong circle.
Right.
That's a fumble, isn't it?
It is. So that means maximum sand loss. I think considering that you're seeing this all playing out in real time like this, let's do it as a D4. So that's 4 sand loss for your Cap, and then the other two get to roll a D4.
I got a 1.
God damn it, only 2.
I'm at 39 or 29. No, sorry, 39 now.
Okay. So these tendrils are now spreading across the floor, ceiling, walls, everywhere.
So I have the pumpkin in my hand, and this is coming out of the pumpkin.
Oh, so some of the tendrils have come out and are beginning to wrap around your hand and arm as well.
Cool. So I am like feverishly trying to. I'm up here again. I'm trying to cut them off as they grow.
Okay. Well,
Can
I'll
I
tell you
do
what.
that?
Give me a fighting brawl roll, and in return, the
sure,
pumpkin is going to try to envelop you with tendrils.
Maybe we shouldn't have carved it.
No, this is a super fun game. I'm really glad we played. I have 35 in Fighting Brawl, so this should go really well. I rolled a 2. What?
Whoa! Well, 20 likes us so far, except for Cup.
And I rolled an 86 for the pumpkin, so I think you succeeded there.
Fuck you, you fucking pumpkin!
You haven't necessarily managed to stop all the tendrils coming out, but you have managed to at least cut away the ones that were enveloping your arm. So
like on my arm, okay.
You can pull your arm away and pull these cut tendrils loose.
Cool. I just drop it.
Oh, yeah. And it bounces across the ground. There are more tendrils and this foul-smelling liquid coming out of it.
Like I told you guys, like Neil Diamond is the Illuminati. We have proof here, just like furiously filming everything. And it's like, this is where the mind control starts.
It's growing because it's fostered by all the fucking Neil Diamond memorabilia around here. And I'm shaking the tendrils off my arm.
That's a good idea, actually, to destroy all the Neil Diamond memorabilia.
Hey.
If Dan and Caroline's relationship wasn't strained before, it is now.
So is this your reaction to what's going on? You're finding all the Neil Diamond memorabilia you can in the house as the tendrils are spreading and you're destroying the memorabilia.
Well, first I wanted to know if I found any poison in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, yes. Well, give me a luck roll, I'd say.
Luck roll. I'm good at those. 48 out of probably less. 60. So I passed.
Yeah, so you have managed to find a can of Raid under the sink.
Okay, good. So I'm going to walk out of the kitchen in my hot dog costume with a can of Raid and say, "Look out, motherfuckers," and start spraying Raid all over the tendrils.
Okay.
Like, you know, that's like for bugs, not plants, Stevie.
It's everything. It's everything.
Yeah. Okay, well, you are happily spraying Raid all over the pumpkin.
And Caroline's now gone to flipping through her Necronomicon. Like, could have sworn there's like someone called like Neolatotep or something in here. Like
Neolatotep.
Yeah, John
Yes.
in chat.
The Neil Chronomicon. Just a gene cover.
It's like, could have sworn there's like something on like, it's got to be in here somewhere.
Okay, then I guess let's.
The
let's
chat
have a
wants to
library
remind
use
Pete
roll
that he
now.
has dynamite. I'm just throwing it out there.
You are
Hey
not
guys, we
using
could
the dynamite
fucking
right now.
blow this fucking apartment sky high.
Library use or occult, Scott?
Library use, because you're trying to find something in a book quickly.
That is not a success.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to summon any Babylonian demons, this is the book for you. But there is surprisingly little in here about pumpkins.
Like, did I bring the wrong Necronomicon? Like, oh, this is the fucking 3rd edition. Like,
Caroline, do you have like a tree house or something here we could go hide in?
Evie, first off, like, it's Caro. We don't do Caroline. And like, I don't know, there used to be like Dad's old tour bus in the back or something. I don't know.
You're having this conversation as tendrils are now spreading throughout the room.
Well, I have Raid, so I feel like I'm fine.
He's having none of this right now and flips the knife into a stabbing area, gets down on one knee, and stabs the pumpkin into the floor.
Okay, so you are trying to smash the hell out of the pumpkin.
Smashing pumpkins.
Right. No, I'm going full Billy Corgan. Yeah.
Okay. The pumpkin in turn will try to envelop you. So give me a fighting brawl roll.
Good. That'll go well. No, it didn't. That's an 85.
So you bring your
He's the one. Okay.
Oh no, Scott rolled well too.
you bring the dagger down into the midst of these tendrils that are coming out. The rest of you can see the tendrils now enveloping poor Pete. I mean, there's, initially they just go up his arms, but within seconds, as he's trying to get his hands loose, there is just this vaguely Pete-shaped mass of tendrils twitching around there.
Sweet Pete.
The tendrils are going up my fucking skirt.
I'm doing whole can of raid on Pete right now.
Pervert tendrils.
Come here.
This guy can die real fast, by the way. I'm not going to call the goddamn thing senpai, but so I'm encouraging Stevie to spray the raid on me. So like, fucking kill it.
Cover your eyes, man.
I can't. Are my arms free?
No.
Not at the moment. No. You can give me a strength roll to try to break free.
Oh, good. I'm good.
These are beginning to work their way into your nose, into your mouth, into your ears.
Oh, I am not good at strength. Okay, I'll give you a strength roll. Yeah, Pete's weak ass just got sank. I failed.
You better use luck.
Do you have enough?
I don't have a. I've got 30 luck, so I mean I could do it, but let's see. I'd have to use 26 to get it. So I guess I will. I have 4 luck now.
This is just normal for you, Wes.
I sent you the most dog shit pre-gen.
I'm so going to bring in a group luck roll at some stage now that you're on 4 luck. That's beautiful.
Awesome. I'm not making it out of this scene.
You managed to pull yourself away from the pumpkin. There is this ripping. There are still tendrils all over you, but you've managed to tear them away from the body of the pumpkin. And yeah, you can just about move. You're staggering around, still half wrapped up like a mummy.
The raid weakened them.
Like, y'all, I think
are you fucking sure about that? I've been working out.
Like, y'all, I think we should get the fuck out of here. Like, this is some real creepy ass shit.
Can we get to the front door, or is it tendril laden?
It is tendril laden. I think what I'd like is dodge rolls.
Dodge rolls
to make their way through this and get out.
My dodge is excellent.
Oh, good. I'm awesome at dodge too. I got 35. This will go great.
I thought I had a 98, but it rolled over.
Well, I got a 64. I could use 4 points of luck and still suck.
Oh shit! I did roll a 92. That was someone else's dice knocking mine off the board. Okay. Can I, on the failed dodge, Scott? Can Stevie do maybe a move with the raid to try to kind of use it as a propeller to push the roll? And
I don't think you have a poor grasp of how Newtonian physics works.
Or a thruster. I mean, like a thruster.
I'm spending 20 points of luck to succeed on my dodge, by the way.
Okay, so Caroline's getting out. So at the moment, Pete is wrapped up. And yeah, I don't think propellant is quite going to give you the boost you want. If there's another way you can think of to try to boost this roll, I'll buy it. But
okay, can I try to throw one of the other people in front of them as I run?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Pete is still really.
Yeah, I was thinking
up.
Pete.
I mean, you could. Yeah,
I know.
You could push him back towards the massive tendrils. And
Cup just really doesn't want to be the first one to die.
Yeah, he got shot in the neck in the last fucking game, and he's still mad.
I don't know. Rena's really the one I need revenge on, so I'll just. That's a lot of luck. Why did I roll so shitty? Maybe I'll fail this one and see if I can find another way to survive.
Can we use the dynamite? Like, I'm dead serious now. Like,
You're about to be dead serious.
Let's think about this though. There's a back door, right? It is theoretically not barricaded by tendrils. We could shove a stick of dynamite in the tendrils by the front door, light it, run to the back of the house and duck and hope we don't take a lot of damage. Anybody with me?
I will actually accept as a way of pushing your dodge roll.
Yeah, well, the chat gave me a pretty good idea too. They said that I should puncture the raid can and light it with my Zippo lighter. Or maybe just like do the hairspray trick with the raid can.
Yeah, because there's no way that kills you.
Chat had a good suggestion. Instead of sticking it in the front door, can I shove it in the pumpkin hole, which is a fun thing to say?
This whole house is covered in fire in 5 seconds from now.
So let's get this straight then. As you're getting tangled by these tendrils, Caroline has run out the front door. Mm-hmm. Pete is getting the stick of dynamite, which he happened to have, I guess, tucked under his skirt somewhere.
Who doesn't take
that's where I have it. It's just there.
and is ramming it into the pumpkin while Stevie is spraying fire all over the place.
Yes, absolutely.
Joe, it's just going to be you and me in a minute here.
Yeah,
quick ass game, y'all.
I think we'll treat this as a pushed dodge roll then to get the two of you out.
Well, I'm dead.
Okay. One of you, I think, can roll for both because this is sort of a shared distraction between you.
Cup, what's your dodge?
I have 57.
That's better than mine. Go for it.
Because I put points in it. My pre-gen did. Can I get bonus die since we're pushing together?
No.
Just checking.
No, you fucking cannot.
Oh, pass 44.
Woo!
Okay, so I guess the fire that you're spraying around, some of which has caught the wick of the dynamite, you've shoved the dynamite into the pumpkin. You are staggering outside, and you've created enough of a distraction that the two of you can get out the front door. I think this is the point at which Dan rolls up outside the house, probably still in a bit of panic, seeing this, tendrils bursting out of the windows, seeing, the slime-covered figures of the other three staggering out the front door as the house behind them explodes.
How long was I gone?
Like Troy from that one episode.
You have fucking insurance, buddy.
Act like a man, Dan.
So, I mean, Dan's going to kind of stumble out of the car and race towards them, sort of mumbling, God, maybe that joint was laced with acid. Like, I think he'd taken a bit of a toke before everyone arrived because he was really nervous, and now he's convinced this whole thing is like a bad trip.
Yeah, that's it.
How's Billy?
Billy's gone. Billy's dead. He got killed by this pumpkin trip thing.
Well, this afternoon's fucked, isn't it?
Where'd you get that pumpkin, man?
It was, I don't remember. It was just in my house. No,
does the voice in your head know where it came from?
I think that works perfectly, actually.
Fucking Billy put it there.
Billy brought it, yeah. It was a gift from that kid. He just turned up with it. And, I thought, well, I keep it and carve it up for you guys, for the party thing.
It possibly occurs to you as well that considering your house just exploded, none of the lights in the neighbors' houses have gone on and no one's opened their front door to check.
They're probably celebrating if he played Neil Diamond all the time.
Hey, kids, quick, get in the car. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, let's go get those beers.
But, shouldn't we, call the cops? 911? Caro's half on her phone already.
Yeah, sure, do that. Come on.
Okay, yeah, you're in the car, driving away. The Caroline's on the phone, trying to get in touch with the police, and you get the recorded announcement saying that all the lines are busy at the moment. Please hold. The pumpkin is green. The pumpkin is green.
So what the hell happened? I dropped Billy off in his house, and there was these tendrils just growing out of the walls, touching me, and
touching you too.
Reaching out.
I think we all take sanity loss from that one.
And
Sorry.
Dog didn't like that one.
There was like
Hal doesn't like the Neil Diamond references.
there was like the pumpkin, and we were gonna carve it for you, and like there were earworms in the pumpkin. Like, Dad, are you growing earworms?
I have no idea how to answer that question.
And the pumpkin blew up by itself. It blew up by itself.
You're driving down all these suburban streets, just this maze of suburban streets. The street lights are still going, but there aren't really any lights on in the houses. In the lights, you can see windows bursting as these tendrils are coming out of the various houses. You can see tendrils on the road up ahead of you, just spreading across like worms crawling around.
I knew Delaware was bullshit.
I guess I'm going to gun the car, see if we can drive straight through them. Kids, hold on.
Grab the shit handle.
Yeah. You gun the car, you're driving straight for them. Give me a drive roll.
Oh.
This is going to go well. Okay. What did I get?
Oh, 12.
A 12 versus...
Yes!
I did actually put a bit of thing in my drive. So 12 versus... no, I didn't. 20.
Woo.
2 points
but
to make it a
still-
hard success.
It won't make any difference, I think. I mean,
Okay. I'll stay on 69 like that.
you
Nice.
you tear into them, and you push out the other side of just this group of tendrils that have gone across. But you can see up ahead, there's more and more of them just spreading across the street. The ones that you've torn through behind seem to be knitting again. Just the road is now just filling up with these tendrils.
Like, Dad, do you have any like weapons in here, or like anything?
Sure, there's a couple of shotguns in the back. I don't have any bloody weapons in my car.
Is there any raid in the back?
Hang on, there may be. There should be a can of gas.
We could like set fire to like the whole thing.
We got one can of gas and the tendrils are all over the street. So we're
Everywhere.
going to set fire to a section of it.
Like fire spreads. Like, do you not know how this works?
Are they behind us as well, Scott?
Oh yes, yeah. It's sort of stitched up again behind you from where you tore through.
Hey, I'm just glad when I made this character, I maxed out wedding singing.
Wait, sing it. Sing it some Neil Diamond. Maybe the soft lullabies of America's sweetheart songwriting god are going to relax the tendrils and let them, go back into the pumpkin.
He doesn't know any
Can I-
Elton John songs.
Can I add to that idea? Sing from the Necronomicon to the tune of Sweet Caroline. Every time there's a Neil Diamond reference.
We can't just drive around all night anyway. We need to find a way out of here. Look at these crazy things. They're reaching out. They're trying to touch me.
I wish Neil Diamond was
Dad.
here.
Like, because he can like control them.
Yeah, of course. It's Neil Diamond.
Like,
Wait, so you're admitting he's the Illuminati?
Wait, I'm just
like
the
we-
sound designer.
like we know that, Pete. Like, so like, Dad, did Neil like teach you how to deal with these things? Like, if you do the Neil Diamond thing, and Neil Diamond's the god of all of this stuff, like, there's like a manual or a cult handbook or like something.
Hey, I'll say this again. Like, I know me and your mum didn't really get on very well, and the divorce wasn't great on you. But what has she told you about me?
Dan, would you say it was Love on the Rocks?
A big surprise.
I'm picturing you having this song as the tendrils are now closing all over the car, the windows going black around you as you're sitting there making Neil Diamond song references.
Why do I feel like the only way to get out of this is Neil Diamond Zoom bombing us right now?
And yeah, just as the windows of the car go dark completely, you can hear a knocking sound.
Do you have a date tonight, Scott? I feel like this is about to be over.
You can hear a knocking sound, and yeah, at that point, Billy puts down the guitar and looks up at Dan and says, "You going to get that, mister?"
What?
There's a knocking at your front door.
And sort of look around.
Oh,
We got Bob Newharted.
Yeah, sure. You work on that chord there. You'll get it eventually. It's hard for little hands like yours, but you do it.
I don't have enough fingers, mister.
What?
Maybe if I had more fingers.
Yeah, right. You work on that.
He's looking at his hands, and you reckon he's got at least 6 fingers on there.
On each hand or between the two of them?
did he kill Inigo Montoya's father?
I'm going to start backing off away from him.
Okay.
You've got to kill Bill.
He picks up the guitar again and starts trying to play.
Weird. Dragon
And there's another knock at the front door.
I'm going to wander upstairs. Maybe he always had 6 fingers. Man, I shouldn't have taken that goddamn joint to calm my nerves. I haven't done it in years. And walk into the sitting room and then glance. Is there a pumpkin there?
The pumpkin is green.
I'm going to pick it up and walk towards the door.
Okay. And yeah, when you get to the door, there's Caroline, and she's got her 2 friends with her for some reason.
What the hell? Just out the way, kids, out the way. And I'm just going to walk past them and then just throw the pumpkin across the street as far as I can.
Okay, yeah.
Your dad sucks every time he opens the door.
Your father's a lot more fucking fun than advertised.
Hey, kids, I've just got to finish this guitar lesson downstairs. Come in, help yourself to there's beers in the fridge. Don't touch that fucking pumpkin. It stinks. And I'm going to wander back downstairs to see what Billy's up to.
There's no Halloween stuff around here. Why did he get rid of the pumpkin? It was the only Halloween thing in here.
He shouts out, "Don't touch the pumpkin!"
When you go into the living room, yeah, there's no Halloween decorations, but luckily, there is still a green pumpkin on the table.
Oh, look, he had fucking 2 of them.
I wonder why
Pete goes and grabs and picks up the pumpkin.
Do we remember everything, Scott? Are we aware of what's happened?
It's up to you. How much of this are you trying to hold on to?
I don't know. Maybe we should roll for it.
Do you want to remember?
Pete remembers, but he thinks he can do better this time.
I'm going to roll power to see if I remember, if that works for you, Scott.
Yeah, sure.
Power. Do I have any of that?
Yes. Okay. That is a success for me.
Okay.
So
I'll do the same.
Oh, you succeeded for sure.
That is an extreme success.
Oh, even I succeeded with my low 40 power. So what does that mean? Do we remember or not?
It sounds like you all sort of remember at least scraps of it. On the other hand, Pete got an extreme success. Yeah, you remember very well. You're also fairly convinced this has happened more than once before.
This is pumpkin day.
You guys remember, carving a pumpkin up, in this place recently, and kind of being enveloped by the tendrils that emerged from it, and the foul smell, and the blowing up the fucking apartment.
Wasn't that just like the porn you were watching last night?
No, it's not the fucking porn I was watching last night.
Meanwhile, down in the basement, Dan's gone down to finish his lesson with Billy. Billy, you can hear the music playing from downstairs, and he seems to be picking out Sweet Caroline quite nicely on the guitar now.
Does Caroline need to
song.
sanity?
Hey, Billy, that's good work there. Those extra fingers are working well for you.
Yeah, he seems to have grown a couple more since then. They seem to have little green bits sprouting out the back of them.
Oh, Christ. All right. You stay there. And he's going to run upstairs. Hey, kids, we got to get out of here real fast.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, this is
There's a fucking pumpkin.
It's like deja vu, but different, man.
Right, get in the car. Get in the car. We need to get out of here before the thing takes over again.
Yeah, let's go get those beers.
Run for the car. Shotgun.
I do want to grab a can of Raid on my way out if it's there.
Okay, yeah, you grab your can of Raid, the bunch of you get into the car, and you drive off.
We've taken Scott inventory suggestions from the audience. If you'll allow us all to have a new inventory item.
Sure, yeah. What inventory items have been suggested to you?
Okay, so we have, and they're all useless, so it shouldn't affect anything.
Motherfucking shit.
I'm supposed to have a strangely compelling bag of weed. Wes gets a can of green spray paint.
Useful.
Oh, sorry, no. Wes gets green silly string, not spray paint. Rena gets
more useful.
Rena gets a choice: a bag of 6 toffee apples or a pumpkin locket with a strand of hair in it. And
let's go with the toffee apples.
And Dan gets.
In case I get hungry.
Dan gets one of those Roundup pump sprayers, but it's full of Miracle Grow.
So to be clear, I don't have dynamite.
Not anymore.
I don't think so. You have silly string instead.
Good. Okay.
Yep. All right. Very good. Thanks everyone for hanging in here. We don't know what we're doing, but I think this is more fun, at least for me, than it is when things are planned a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
I hope it's as much fun for the audience as it is for us.
it's all good.
Okay, so when we left things off, yeah, you had found yourself back at Dan's house at the Spring residence. Billy was downstairs, learning how to play Sweet Caroline on the guitar. Dan had run outside, thrown the green pumpkin down the driveway, and had gone back downstairs to count Billy's fingers. And the rest of you had gone inside the living room where the green pumpkin was sitting there on the side table.
Would you say that's how it began, Scott?
Oh, yes.
I was waiting for Wes's dog to bark at that.
I've given him
away.
treats.
Oh dear.
Very good. Hey, look at this bag of weed I found. I didn't even remember bringing this. And then I show it to Caro and Pete.
It's got a little sticker of a raccoon on it.
Oh yeah, I assume we're still in costumes.
Does your dad have a fucking bowl? Like a
what?
pipe? Like a bowl, like a pipe.
Like I
Or a
don't
fucking
know.
dugout. You would vaporizer, like a fucking some papers.
Like I don't know. I haven't spoken to my dad in like 10 years, remember? And like I don't do all that weed stuff because that's how the government gets you is with the weed.
Never
They
mind.
spike
You
your
ever make a
weed.
bong? You ever make a pipe out of an apple? We got a fucking pumpkin right here. Thank you, chat. That was genius.
Are you ready for the third arc of this, Scott?
Yep.
Pete picks up the pumpkin and jabs little holes in the top.
Yep.
And then cuts a little mouth hole out and cuts a little carb out of the side. Not that I've never smoked weed or
guessing.
made an improvised bong ever. But The pumpkin's about this big. It's a little pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's perfect.
So he gets the baby green pumpkin, and then we crumple up one of the nugs on top of the little holes I hit, and I'm gonna take a hit out of. I'm gonna have some pumpkin weed.
I love that you didn't give Scott a chance to kill us with the pumpkin before you started smoking it.
I'm happy going along with this as it is.
No, this is gonna get in me. I'm ready.
Okay,
That's perfect.
I can't tell if Joe is amused or horrified.
I don't think my character's there.
Yeah, he's in the driveway.
I think you were coming back up the stairs a moment ago.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think we'll have you come back in just as Peter's taking his first hit off the green pumpkin bong.
Can I
Pumpkin
grab
spice
a
weed.
guitar off the wall and then like baseball bat this pumpkin out of his hand? Told you not to touch the goddamn pumpkin.
Well, let's have an opposed dex roll then to see whether he can take a hit off the pumpkin bong before
Okay.
you guitar it out of his hand.
Okay. So I've got a roll to hit that weed. Is what you're asking me?
Yeah.
I got a normal success, 30 versus 50.
All right. I got. Where's my sheet? There it is. Oh, I passed. I got a 44 versus 50.
I will spend
Okay.
5 luck to make that a hard success.
I only have 4, so here.
Okay, so yeah, just as Peter's about to take his first deep lungful of pumpkin-enriched weed, then you hit it. Let's have a luck roll off Dan as he hits it.
Okay.
Are you hitting it with the Miracle Grow sprayer?
93 versus 44. That's a fail.
Okay, so you hit it, and you hit it out of his hand. That part's absolutely perfect. But as you do so, he's obviously carved a number of holes in it and affected its structural integrity. So it just smashes apart completely, and bits of the pumpkin splatter all over the room, all over each of you. You're now dripping with this green ichor, this smell of rotten vegetables filling the air. There's little bits of pumpkin, in your eyes, in your mouths, and you can just feel bits of it wriggling across your skin.
God fucking damn it, Mr. Caroline's fucking father. Why'd you knock the goddamn weed out of my hand?
What is wrong with you? Why are you smoking a goddamn pumpkin? You know what's wrong with it.
That's not cool, man. That's not cool.
Yeah.
When you're looking
Gross.
around, you can see the bits of broken pumpkin are now, there are tendrils spreading out of all the little pieces, the pieces that are stuck to your faces, the pieces on the ground, the pieces that have got inside your clothing.
What was my new item? I don't remember. Oh, it was the weed. Okay,
Weed.
that doesn't help. Where's the weed? Did the weed come out clean or
Oh yeah, I mean
You still got the
weed
bag. I
is-
used a little bit.
just a little bit?
Yeah, but the rest of it is just there are little bits of burning weed. Actually, yeah, you feel the luck roll. There's little bits of burning weed scattered all over the couch, and you
Dad,
can see it
you're
beginning
like-
to smolder.
Thanks, Joe.
Dad, you're like such a killjoy. I can see why you're such a solitary man.
Young. What?
Where's Hal to bark at that?
Ouch.
Man, that bowl was done too soon.
I don't even know. I'm going to start trying to rub it all off.
Are you gonna try to dry your eyes?
Are you just going through the Neil Diamond Wikipedia page at this point? Yeah.
100%.
No, I had a list.
I have it open as well. I'm not.
I made a list earlier since I don't actually know any songs beyond Solitary Man and Sweet Caroline.
So was the couch
Okay,
on
so-
fire or it just had the little embers? Or-
It's smouldering at this stage.
Okay.
But what's more of a concern, I guess, is the bits of pumpkin that have smashed all over the place. Like I say, some of them got inside the clothing, and you can each feel them just sort of wriggling around inside now.
Round 3. I don't...
Dad, can I use your shower?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So gross. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the real reason Mom left you.
Hey, there are reasons why Mom left me. It's nothing to do with your shower.
You can hear the sounds of music have stopped downstairs, and Billy's now standing in the living room door. He's holding up his hand, and there must be 30 or 40 fingers or tendrils just growing off it. And he's saying, "Yeah, I think I'm getting good at this, Mr. Dan."
Yeah, great, Billy. What? Oh God! Oh God!
What the fuck?
Let's have sanity rolls off everyone.
Fucking wrong with your fucking student.
I rolled 100.
Oh my God!
Good.
Oh.
I failed 2.
Perfect.
Yeah, I fucking passed. Damn it.
Rolled a 44 against a
And
39.
how about Stevie?
I rolled a 50 out of 60, so I passed.
Okay, so it's maximum sand loss for Dan, which is 4 points, and a D4 for Pete.
31 sanity left.
+2.
So how much sand have you lost in total, Joe?
9 out of 40.
So yeah, you're indefinitely insane now.
He's been the sane one so far.
So yeah, I mean, you're certainly. I think Dan is absolutely convinced, looking at Billy, that it's not just his hand, but I mean, you can see his head. You can see that. Yeah, his head is greenish and suspiciously round. That those eyes look carved in his face. They don't just look like normal eyes.
I get it now. I know what I got to do. I'm gonna go over to that massive CRT TV, the sort of 30-year-old thing. I'm gonna rip it out the wall. I'm gonna try and drop it on this kid.
Okay,
Oh my
there's this
God,
kid
Dad.
standing in the doorway. Your dad is. He's now about to smash a television over this.
He's not a kid. He's a pumpkin.
boy.
No, look at that fucking kid. Kill him.
No,
Ken.
Billy the Kid.
And okay, well let's have a fighting brawl roll with the TV then, as Billy is going to turn it and run for his life.
Hey, you're on TV.
Wait, it's a CRT. Doesn't he need a strength roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do the strength roll first. I think,
Can I run? Can I run into him, try and knock him off balance or something? Because I still see a child.
Yeah.
I got 52 versus 50 for the strength. I'll spend 2 luck. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
And then what do you mean to roll? A fighting brawl.
A fighting brawl roll.
Fighting brawl. Brawl. Okay, let's do it. A fail. A long way.
Oh,
82.
okay. So it looks like Caroline bumping into you probably put you off balance. Let's have a dex roll off you as well then, as you are now holding this huge TV over your head and you've been knocked off balance.
That's another fail.
Okay.
56 versus 50.
So, I mean, the rest of you see Dan just, get knocked first of all into a wall and then sit down heavily on the ground, holding the TV above him. He drops the TV as he loses the strength in his arms, and it comes crashing down on his head. Only doing 2 points of damage as it glances off. It doesn't actually break the tube, it just bounces off his head, cutting his scalp and then hitting the ground and smashing. Billy is running outside screaming in terror.
Stevie's off to the side going, "Yeah, Caro, fuck him up." She's finally getting back at her dad.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I know you don't like kids. Mom told me how you don't like kids, and that was one of the reasons you left, because you just couldn't deal with having a child around. But oh my God.
Hey, there are reasons why me and your mum broke up, but it's nothing to do with me not liking kids. Hey, come here a sec. Caroline, just come here.
Smash me over the head with a television?
There's blood running down into his face, and the blood has a slight greenish tinge to it.
Do you remember when you were really little? I used to read you stories. Do you remember that one the one about the frog who dreamed of being a king and then became one?
Yeah.
Well, except for the names and a few other changes. If you talk about me, the story is the same one.
You're a frog? Like, that explains the green blood then, I guess.
I am. I said.
Well, I'm a believer.
Because you saw his face?
Exactly.
There's not a shred of doubt in his mind now.
Oh.
You know we run a respectable show because people in the chat are typing in all caps "children in peril."
Like, Dad, like, seriously, like, she's just gonna pull out a handkerchief and like just start dabbing it at his forehead, just like, gotta calm down. Like, this is, Dad, you're not a rock star anymore.
He's considering making a bong out of the kid's head.
Yeah, I've definitely.
Just to be fair, it was only Dan who saw the kid's head as being a pumpkin. The rest of you saw him as being.
Oh,
a kid.
never mind.
Still, the point stands, Scott.
My head really hurts, but am I the only one that just sees this whole room turning into a pumpkin? All these shoots and stuff on the wall.
Is it midnight already?
Like, Dad, like, I think you. Where'd you get your weed from? Like, now, there's no vines in here.
That kid's mom brought some. Just $20 for. She brought me a pumpkin and some weed.
Your mom's a fucking pot dealer, kid? That's fucking dope.
He's run off down the street. So, look, someone just tried to smash a TV over his head. He's gone.
He's not sticking around? Okay.
I mean, all of you, though, can feel, you're quite itchy now where these bits of pumpkin have dropped down inside your clothing.
Ugh.
So am I the only one that saw all the pumpkin go everywhere and start growing? Or is this all happening? In the
We're just chilling.
No. Everyone else is ignoring that. I mean, it's not as spectacular as it was last time. And, you're sort of remembering bits of last time, those of you who passed your power rolls. But
It's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, I mean,
It could be worse.
The tendrils that are coming out of the little bits are more like just, small shoots, like bean sprouts or something.
So like Hellraiser, but more sort of friendly.
Produce Razor.
It's Heck Razor.
Produce razor.
Well, instead of nails, it's parsley or something. Cress.
Like, Dad, can I borrow some of your clothes? Like, this is gross. Oh, I didn't bring anything extra other than like my party stuff.
Hey,
Your raccoon suit.
Yes.
Pete's flicking pumpkin off his skirt by like waving it up and down.
Caro goes wandering to find Dad's room so she can steal like one of his flannel shirts and a pair of jeans.
I was thinking like a sequin jacket.
It's definitely like a Sweet Caroline t-shirt, like just on the bed.
It's like
A sticky
your idea
note
of a
on it
joke.
that says "For my daughter."
Yeah.
So, Sweet Caroline plus a picture of her as a child.
Yeah.
Gosh, Dad, it's like you don't like know me at all.
It's like a Sears photo where Neil Diamond is like in the heavens, and Caro is in the foreground.
Chat said there should be a Smashing Pumpkins t-shirt.
So Caro goes into her dad's room, which, I can't imagine is particularly well kept. But you managed to find a t-shirt and a pair of jeans.
Mm.
I mean, as
Are you wearing
start
them for
getting
eternity?
changed- I was waiting for that.
This is the story of my life.
Forever be in blue jeans. Yeah. Just do the best you can.
As you start, changing into these, I mean, as you get undressed, you can see that the bits of smashed up pumpkin which had got down inside your clothing are still sticking to you. You're still covered with bits of goo. But there's these bits of pumpkin shell that are just sort of stuck to your skin.
Ugh, gross. Ew.
And as you try to brush them off, they're not moving.
This is like when I went to one of Stevie's parties. Ugh.
Go on.
Things sticking to you everywhere. Oh.
Go on.
What it was.
That was the Girl You'll Be a Woman Soon party.
Oh, God. No, okay, I'm logging off the chat.
Oh my God.
I apologize to Hal. Wes's dog.
He's good.
Hal speaks for all of us.
I get dressed anyway, and then go try to see if I can find the bathroom and maybe wash my stomach off or something.
Yeah, okay. You go through to the bathroom and start trying to wash these bits off. But you manage to clear the bits of goo off, but the bits of pumpkin shell that are stuck, no, even as you wash them, it's like they're glued in place. In fact, it's not just that, but you're fairly certain now that you're looking at them again that they look a bit larger.
I march out into the into the main room. Stevie, didn't you have a pumpkin knife at some point or something?
Yeah, I think somebody replaced that inventory item with something with some weed. Do I have that, Scott?
I've got Sally string.
I imagine, even with the lack of domesticity that Dan has displayed so far, that there is probably a knife of some description in his kitchen. Or does he avoid sharp objects?
Yeah, probably not a knife. Maybe a pizza cutter.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's very bachelor.
Yeah, that's on brand.
An oversized guitar pick.
She pulls up her shirt a little bit to show off her stomach. She's like, these are stuck, and I can't get them off, and it's freaking me out. And they look bigger.
They're not just bigger, but they seem flatter now as well.
Like they're absorbing?
Yeah.
Dad?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should go to Billy's house, see if we can track it down to the source. That seems to be where this is all started. And let's do it quick before this skin, which I guess is probably still covered in these pumpkin bumps, before it gets any worse.
Is everyone else having the same pumpkin shell thing, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, if you start poking around under your costumes and so on, then yeah, it's exactly the same. Each one of you, the bits of broken pumpkin seem to be getting absorbed into your skin and spreading.
With all due respect, sir, didn't you say that kid was a pumpkin?
Well, yes.
You want to go to his house?
So you want to go to the pumpkin child's house and investigate? What are you, a white guy in a horror movie?
Hey, do you not remember what happened last time? You don't remember the pumpkin tentacles and the driving through town and the screaming and the bum on the roof?
Oh yeah, I fucking remember all of it, but this isn't very good either.
I thought it was a weed dream. I was high off the fumes, because y'all were smoking.
Hey,
Like,
What was the
we
roof
need to get a
doing
source
again?
this. We need to end it. Hey?
What was the roof doing again? What was the? I didn't hear the noise on the roof.
Bum, bum, bum. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
I slapped Stevie.
I thought there wasn't enough reaction of that.
Do I need to roll 120 for my damage to the slap?
I slap all the way through your neck and it disappears.
There it is. Shoot him.
Yeah, we need to get to the source of this thing. If we're going to survive.
All right. Like, I guess, like, I'm the gay one, so I might, like, survive if this is a horror movie. Dad, you go first.
I'll go. Let's go.
I've got a lighter. I'll go anywhere.
I've got something in the garage. Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Here comes the minigun.
Sorry. I'll be
Here comes
right
the hatchet.
back.
Oh God! He comes out with Miracle Grow and no head.
And a scream mask.
You go into the garage and it's. I mean, when you say you go in, are you going in? I guess there's sort of a side door from the house into the garage as well as the main door that goes up. So you open the door into the garage, and there's a bit of resistance at first. I mean, you push it a bit, and it's like there's something in the way, and then there's a sort of ripping sound, and the door suddenly jerks open.
I've not been in here for a while. It's where I keep all the gardening tools.
And I mean, inside there's all the tools and bric-a-brac and so on, but also there are tendrils growing all over the walls, and you can see where they're coming from is over in the corner. There's Billy now. He's leaning up against the wall of the garage, and this is obviously where he ran and hid when you scared him earlier, and he's there, but there are now all these tendrils growing out, and his head is now fully a pumpkin. You can even see a little glow from inside through his eyes and mouth. His hands are just masses of tendrils now that are spreading all over the inside of the garage.
So something I'd completely forgotten and I shouldn't have done. I'm indefinitely insane, right?
Oh, you absolutely are, yeah.
Oh, forget going to the house. We've found the source here. I'm going to try and find the either the electric lawnmower or the hedge cutter.
Yes.
Scott is just determined to make Joe kill a child at some point in a game. Like,
I'm convinced that I filled in one of those like red line things, and I've given it to Scott.
I'm not the one saying to kill him.
Billy's actually 18.
I'm not going to trim him. I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to trim him. I'm going to do some topiary.
you're gonna trim.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. In amongst all these tendrils, if you go to try to find your weed whacker or whatever, then give me a spot hidden roll just to try to find it in amongst all this chaos.
Okay. There we go. I got an 88 versus, I believe, 20.
Okay, so you're just pulling out any
30.
old rubbish from you. You can't find the tools you were looking for. Give me a luck roll just to see what you do come up with as you're kind of pulling random items out.
Oh gosh, 55, which is a pass. That's just a normal success.
Okay, so you managed to find a rake at least.
Gee, thanks.
That'll do some damage to a kid.
Yeah, it's just a child. You'll be fine.
You've made me really uncomfortable about this scene.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's what are you doing?
I think I'm going to shout through, "Hey, the kid's in here!" But he's a pumpkin.
Scott, you should have made it pumpkin, and then it would be easier.
Oh, whoa! I would have killed him myself then.
I'm going to start going towards the kid, the pumpkin. I'm going to stop calling him the kid. The pumpkin monster. We start moving towards the pumpkin monster with my the rake outstretched with the sort of tines going towards it.
What's everyone else doing after Dan shouts about the kid?
The pumpkin monster.
Pumpkin.
I want to see the pumpkin.
Pete runs in.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Okay.
Pete runs in with his silly string out, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking cheer him up," and just starts shooting the kid with silly string.
This is just you run in. I mean, this is just a messy garage. I mean, you can see that Dan in the dim light is just looking around manically, getting ready to smack his rake against what he realizes is actually the fuse box on the wall.
Is there a CRT TV in here?
I don't want to hurt you, kid, but I'm
sure there's an old one somewhere.
Like, Dad, like, are you okay? Like, that's not a pumpkin. Like,
hey, don't worry. I've got this. Just stay back. I'll protect you.
Maybe switch to water, sir.
I don't think you need any of this fucking pot.
Yeah, maybe tonight. I'm gonna start moving towards this pumpkin monster / electricity box.
Can I throw a toffee apple at him?
I love that idea.
Yeah, it could be a throw roll to see if you can distract your father by throwing a toffee apple at the back of his head.
Oh, I don't have enough luck to make that a success.
Okay. So this toffee apple goes sailing over your shoulder and bounces off the wall. I say toffee apple, but it's clearly a pumpkin that's gone sailing over and is just bouncing across the ground.
I think I'm just going to lift the rake overhead and go, and charge towards, bring it down on this pumpkin monster.
Oh, the pumpkin monster that's spreading its tendrils across the wall.
Yes. That's really a fuse box.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, give me a luck roll at this stage.
Okay.
God.
I rolled a 71, which is a fail.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you bring the rake down upon the pumpkin monster's head and it explodes in a shower of sparks. Suddenly all the lights in the house go out and there is this loud banging sound.
Bum bum bum.
And I think I think as well, yeah, as one of the wires that you've torn away just brushes across you, you take 3 hit points of damage. I mean, you jerk back across the room, just a burn mark across the back of your hand.
Dad
and
is
land heavily on the
running out of hit
ground,
points.
just by the pumpkin that is sitting there on the ground beside you, the small pumpkin that someone threw at you.
What colour is the pumpkin, by the way, Scott?
The pumpkin is green.
I need that as a clip for a ringtone now. Incoming text messages, just Scott saying the pumpkin is green.
Did the power go out for all of us? Is that
Oh yeah, the power's gone out in the house. Yeah, he's just trashed the fuse box and
okay?
the electrics are completely gone.
I shake my phone so that the flashlight comes on. Like, okay, like, Dad, you obviously have some bigger issues to work through before we can talk about our issues. So I'm gonna go home now.
You can try. You can try to go home. The pumpkin won't let you. It's too green.
Stevie
Okay.
puts his phone into that SOS, emergency Morse code.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. I got it with the rake.
Sorry, what is that? I don't know what that means, Cap.
Oh, it just flashes your flashlight in Morse code for help.
Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, whatever it's flashing. I mean, you may not know Morse code, but
I can roll
everyone
for
knows
it.
what SOS is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't seem to be flashing SOS.
Okay.
Is it green pumpkin is flashing?
Well, no, the phone's flashing, but it's
Okay.
just. Yeah.
No, but
Dad,
that's what it's saying.
you need therapy. I have the number for a great clinic. I know it's like in Boston, but like they're really good people down there. They might be able to like help you. They've worked with like celebrities and things. Like, this is not healthy.
Well, she just
I don't
called you
know.
a celebrity.
I'm inclined to believe your father. That you remember the last time the pumpkin fucking exploded everywhere. We were wrapped up in tendrils. We were in a car. It was messed up. This kid's obviously a pumpkin. I believe your father.
Yeah,
Okay, you can walk
you're
home.
pointing at a fuse box.
Hey, Caroline, please come. Take my hand. You don't understand. I mean, you're gonna grow up. You're gonna be a woman soon.
I need some red wine after this.
That reference was already
When
tainted.
you come to America. A boat or on a train.
Like, this is like not okay, Dad. Like, you're scaring me.
No, I've saved you. I've saved you all. I've destroyed the pumpkin monster. Look at it. And I guess there's like fire coming out of the corner. It's dead. We're safe now. We can leave. We can go home.
There is thick, acrid smoke in the garage.
Going home sounds like a good idea.
Home. Yes. Like, Dad, I don't think you should like be here, but be alone. Like, you should come back to Boston with us, even if you're crazy.
This is Boston, isn't it?
No, we're in fucking Delaware.
Yeah, right.
We're Phillies fans here.
Right. We're in Delaware.
Good.
So, are there any like signs of this green pumpkin scar? Or is just this bit of
No,
Dad having a breakdown?
There's a burnt out fuse box. There's black smoke. There's a dark garage.
Because if you've done this whole scenario to make my character have a therapy session, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah, this isn't a scenario, Joe. This is an intervention.
There is no pumpkin on a side.
There are 4 pumpkins. Doing all the Star Trek references tonight. Okay. Like, Caroline is going back into the house because of all the smoke, and she is going to try to get out the front door, whether or not everyone else is following her, because this is just too much.
Yeah, you go out the front door, and it's getting dark outside, and the street lights are coming on, but there don't seem to be many lights on in the neighboring houses.
Delaware weirdos. Let's get out of here.
Did you follow her?
Oh, yeah. I think, didn't she drive us here, Scott? Or is...
Yes, I was driving.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's going to take us away from Dan.
Yeah, well,
Dan, the pumpkin man.
Pete's digging around in the garage for something to smoke weed with because he has his priorities straight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of gardening tools and implements and other tools and so on out here. So I'm sure you can find something.
There's a Miracle Grow container, I think.
Yes.
The sprayer.
Or maybe an old carburetor.
Well,
I was just putting myself out.
I'm getting in my car. And like if Stevie and Pete come along, and if Dad comes along, great. If not, I am getting the fuck out of here. This reminds me of that one. Yeah, this is the one time. Reminds me of the one time I did acid, and it was not a pleasant experience.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're heading over to the car. I mean, that itching is getting worse and worse. I mean, it's itching almost everywhere under your clothing now, and beginning to, it's the back of your hands as well that are beginning to itch.
Stevie, do you have like any of that like aloe vera stuff?
I have some more weed. Fixes just about everything. And I climbed into the back seat, assuming that Pete was coming. Since I'm the sound engineer, I always sit in the back seat.
We are going to a hospital first thing because like this is disgusting. And I'm like, I'm gonna give Pete 30 seconds.
It was actually quite difficult getting into the car. Your arms and legs are beginning to feel a bit stiff as you're getting in.
Do you want me to drive, Caro? You don't look so good.
Did you have any of that weed?
Yeah, wherever there's weed, I'm there.
Well, like, I'm pretty sure that's like illegal for you to be like driving. So
You're dying, I think, so make an exception. No, I do this all the time. It's fine.
In the dim light inside the car, you say she's dying. She's certainly got an unhealthy pallor to her.
looking a little green around the gills.
Yeah.
It's a new podcast. It'll grow.
Stevie, do you think you can drive?
Yeah, I never did get my official license, but I have my permit.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I'm 19, by the way, and I don't have my driver's license yet.
I'm 28 and I don't have my driver's license
Well,
in real life.
but I tried. I tried really hard to get it. So I'm going to climb in and.
Well, I mean, with the problem at the moment is Kara's sitting behind the wheel of the car, and as she's trying to get out or make room for you to do so, yeah, you can't. You just can't move enough to get yourself out of the seat.
Cool. Roll strength. Here I go. Now, can I try to help her to the back, like lay her down in the back?
Sure. So, yeah, I mean, how are you doing this?
She's just sitting in the front seat right now, stiff.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to pull her out like shoulder and like under the legs.
Okay, you do that. You put your arm under one shoulder and on one of her legs, and as you pull and lift her out, her arm just comes off in your hand and kind of topples and lands on the ground with a sort of empty thudding sound.
All right, sanity.
Let's sanity rolls off both of you.
Oh my God!
Mr.
I rolled
Stark.
100.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I rolled 100.
Okay, I'd say,
I failed too, but not that bad.
So for Stevie, then that's going to be 6 points. And for oh shit, sorry,
27.
yeah, no, that was
Thanks
meant to
for
be
the heart
D6,
attack.
not a D100.
Are you rolling to kill me?
So it's only 4 points for Caro.
Okay.
How much sand has Caro lost in total?
I have lost 6 out of 50.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, obviously this is not proving a very happy experience for you, but on the other hand, you have not lost it completely yet. Yeah, let's have an intelligence roll for Stevie.
Okay. I've lost 10 of 40, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So it might
you're
not matter.
definitely insane anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think then I think you've got to try to, you've got to try to get some help here, and you've got to try to get some, you've got to try to convince them. So I think, yeah, the way your Bat of Madness evidences is you're leaving Caro sitting in the car seat, but you've run in back into the garage where Pete is now making his improvised bong. And
How high is Pete right now?
Not, because I don't have the weed. You do.
The good news is the weed bearer has returned.
Our powers combined.
The bad news is he's running in,
He's
ranting
insane.
and raving and holding what appears to be a human arm.
Pete.
Hey man, you're back. Do you have any fucking? What the fuck is that?
And I want to, I don't know, does this fit with my Bat of Madness? I want to slap Pete with the arm.
Oh, sure.
Just like a little, like, Like it's an extension of my own arm.
Do I get hit? He doesn't have to roll for that shit.
This aren't. Well, it's not going to do any damage to you. I mean, he rolls with this greenish arm, and as it hits you, it just cracks open again and splinters, and bits fall all over the place.
That's
Where the
Caro's
fuck
arm.
did you get Kermit the Frog's fucking arm? Why are you hitting me with this shit?
It's Caro's.
What is wrong with you?
I needed to get your attention.
It's not Caro's fucking arm. That was green.
Come out to the car. I'm from Boston now too. Come out to the car.
Okay, good. I'm coming out. I'll come out to the fucking car and look for Caro's fucking arm.
It's wicked gone. It's here.
No, it's not wicked gone. You're fucking wicked crazy.
The worst bout of madness of all time. I have a Boston accent now.
You have a Boston accent and a green arm.
So you're going to the car?
Yeah, I'm coming. You just hit me in the face with a green arm.
I mean, you're following him, but I mean, just getting up and trying to follow him is getting quite difficult. Your legs are feeling really quite stiff.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I moving so fucking slow?
It's the weed.
Did you have some raccoon weed?
I haven't had any. I tried to smoke weed fucking 2 times here. It's not working. So I'm following him. I guess still is. Are we out at the car yet, or am I stuck?
Yeah,
okay.
you get out to the car. I mean, you're ready. It's like wading through treacle now. Getting out there, your legs are really stiff, and as you get out, you can see, there's this mannequin or something sitting there behind the steering wheel. It doesn't have a right arm on it anymore. Its leg is partially out, and there is just this carved pumpkin where its head should be.
What the fuck is that?
That's Caro. It's fucking Caro.
No, it's not. It's a fucking jack-o'-lantern with a mannequin body. What is that?
Dan, he put some fucking Neil Diamond curse on her. I don't know.
I knew fucking Neil Diamond would be the end of all of us.
I need the right reference. What song does this relate
Why were
to?
you fucking Neil Diamond?
Why wouldn't you? He is a sex god.
Dan arrive at this point holding the rake, and he looks at you both and goes, "There's only one solution."
Oh my God, I was right. So
Well, I mean, Dan's.
Oh, hello again.
Dan's looking at the two of them, and their eyes look so wrong. I mean, in the darkness, the only way you can make out their eyes is through the light that you can see inside their heads now, through these empty holes being carved where their eyes should be.
Someone's put a candle in each of your heads, and I'm going to get it out. I'm going to snuff
Why
that
don't you
light.
fucking-
It's going to go.
Well, that's the first time
You
someone
fucking
said
come
that
at
to
me, you fucking 2-bit man-child.
and then I think, Dan raises up the rake, and there is a smacking, cracking sound, the sound of pumpkin smashing, wet sound, that then quickly turns into the sound of knocking at the front door, and Billy stops playing his guitar and says, "You going to get that, mister?" he says, looking up at you with the twinkling candle lights in his eyes.
I'm just going to look at him and go, "Ah!" I'm going to run upstairs, fling the door open, and go to the others.
He's not going to kill the child, Scott. Stop trying.
To walk up to the kid and spin his neck.
And Dad is just going to run down the street on his own.
Did Dan threaten us? Can we chase after him?
Yeah, if you want.
I don't know. I'm a little worried about Caro. Pete, what do we do? This is wicked crazy.
Haven't we moved on to day 3 now?
Caro's here.
Oh, is that what happened?
He's just opened the door.
Oh, you ran. Okay.
Run up.
I thought Billy was knocking from the inside. I'm an idiot. All right, I got it now. Slow on the uptake.
Dan's gone.
So you've run. You're gone.
Running off down the street, yeah.
Well, I'm sure I remember becoming
Screaming.
a pumpkin, so I'm taking off running after him. Dad, you were right. Dad, slow down.
Pete,
Wait,
what the
do
fuck
we
is
have
this?
new possessions now?
Oh yeah, we need new inventory items.
Let's go back to the stream and then ask people what items you're carrying.
All right, what do we have?
There's a delay between us and
Tell us, Twitch peoples, what do we have?
So Pete and I remember some of that at least, right?
Oh yeah. I think having been through this at least a few times,
Just got rollerblades.
as much as you're trying to will the details out of your mind, oh fuck, what are you lot laughing at?
Okay. Joe has inline skates for Dan.
No, he's got he's got those wheelie shoes, like the tennis shoes that have the
Heelys.
Oh yeah.
He's got Heelys.
I love that.
I want a Hattori Hanzo sword so I can just commit seppuku in the fucking.
Somebody needs Neil Diamond concert tickets with today's date on them.
That's good. Those need to be mine so I can have a conspiracy freak out. I like that.
Perfect. All right. If they come up with something for me or Rena, we'll update. Otherwise, we have no inventory.
Hey guys, last time I had dynamite, I what? Which one of you is fucking pranking me?
Caro's not there.
Yes,
Caro's
she ran.
Running off after her dad.
Stevie?
What do you have?
Stevie's is a fucking joke.
What is it, man?
And he holds up 2 Neil Diamond tickets and hands them to Stevie to look at.
What?
And
I think it's got to be 4 Neil Diamond
Oh yeah.
That's right. 4 Neil Diamond. Why do I have fucking 4 Neil Diamond concert tickets?
No, let's break the fourth wall. Let's make it 5.
Oh, you're coming too, motherfuckers.
Right. Oh, they want to give Caro hedge clippers. And
I like that.
So I'm going to take the 4 tickets from Pete as he holds them out. I'm going to be a little emotional and be like, my God, Pete, you never invited me to anything before. This is holy shit. This is fucking amazing. I didn't even know he was on tour.
Stevie, don't get emotional right now. And why are you having such a visceral reaction about going to fucking Neil Diamond?
Who's coming with us?
We fucking hate Neil Diamond.
I'm just the sound designer. Every normal person in the world loves Neil Diamond.
Don't fucking call me abnormal for hating Neil Diamond.
This is always my Baba's dream, or my Ba. And then he takes to go see Neil Diamond in concert. And who else is going? There's 4 tickets. Are we gonna have like extra seats around us so we can really spread out?
I don't know. When we go, I'm gonna go on stage and fucking beat him to death with his guitar.
You can do that right after the encore.
You want to watch the show?
So please, Scott, clarify. Is this now a real concert that we can go to?
I guess.
If we can
Neil
get out.
Diamond's the goddamn pumpkin.
Oh my God, it's wherever the Philadelphia 76ers play basketball now. It's just
in that fucking big arena.
Yeah, like a 30-minute drive.
It's
40-minute skate.
This is the Jonathan Livingston Pumpkin Tour.
We all go and we start at the merch tent.
And I put them in my own pocket because now I don't trust Pete with them after his reaction.
Well, there is the slight problem if you're planning on going to this concert that 2 of your companions have gone screaming down the street alone.
Right, them. Yeah. Pete, did Carol leave her keys or?
No.
I'm going to try the front door.
She took them with her.
I want to see if the front door's unlocked since he went running screaming. Or is it wide open?
Yeah, I doubt he even closed it. He just ran screaming out of the house.
Yeah. Let's go inside, Pete. Smoke a bowl.
Yeah, free apartment.
Yeah. They'll work it out. Family stuff, you know?
So we walk in, and I'm going to guess that there's a little green pumpkin sitting out.
There is, sitting on the side table, a pumpkin. The pumpkin is green.
And is Billy still in the house?
Yeah, you can hear the sound of Sweet Caroline playing on the guitar downstairs.
Hey, you little shit, stop playing that fucking music.
He doesn't stop.
Stevie's just going to be singing along to the tune.
You are so fired from the podcast.
Okay. Pete, with his vague memories of what has happened, looks at the pumpkin, looks at the kid, hears Sweet Caroline, picks up the pumpkin, and just hucks it at that kid's head as hard as he can.
So you're going down to the basement where he's practicing.
He's down in the basement.
Oh, he's down in the
I missed
basement.
that.
Yeah.
And Stevie,
Yeah, I'm going to go down to the basement.
Stevie assumes he's going down there because it's the best place to smoke, so he's just going to follow him.
We're totally smoking weed after I win this pumpkin at the kid to get him to stop playing.
I'm sure it'll go well.
Okay.
We have now a recommendation for activating the THC and putting it in the pumpkin and eating it.
Oh, we can make a pumpkin pie.
We could. That is a really good idea, by the way. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
For when you get the munchies.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna put
You
the
don't want to
THC
eat the
in
edibles after you have the munchies.
Yeah.
So you head downstairs, and yeah, there is the sound of Sweet Caroline playing down here, and I mean, it doesn't just sound like a kid playing on a guitar. I mean, it sounds like the full arrangement of the song. And as you come down, in the center of the room, there isn't a kid there. There is, in the center of the room, what looks like a scarecrow just there on a pole with the guitar draped around it, and the head is a green pumpkin, a face carved into it, and light flickering out through the eyes. And just the sound of Sweet Caroline coming from every corner of the room.
Stevie, I think we found the Illuminati's fucking headquarters.
Before Stevie sees the scarecrow pumpkin, he's gonna, because he saw the tickets, he now believes that Pete has arranged for Neil Diamond to be here in the basement. So he's fucking running down the stairs.
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as you're concerned, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're indefinitely insane now, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I think, yeah, you're convinced that Neil Diamond. I mean, Neil Diamond. Clearly, they're right. He's not just the head of the Illuminati. He must be, the god behind everything, the maker of the universe, the controller. And as you go down the stairs, I mean, this is his temple, and that is his avatar or his icon there in the center.
Fuck! How do I always die first? Okay, yeah, I'm into that.
Hey, I got turned into a pumpkin on the last go round, so.
And I've forgotten that Pete even exists. Oh my God, Neil, I'm here.
Stevie, are you a fucking Illuminati agent? Why are you talking to Neil Diamond?
Are you listening
out
to
loud
this?
in a room?
Are you listening?
I
to
hear the
music?
fucking music, but why are you fucking talking to Neil?
Neil, could you sign something for my ma? And I'm
Neil
looking for
It's
something.
a fucking scarecrow.
You'd look at him, and there, underneath all the green and the shape of the pumpkin and the weirdness, you can see the sheer Neil Diamondness of it shining through. That's the light that's coming out of him. That's not just the candle. That is the pure essence of diamond there.
It's
So
beautiful.
he's shining bright like a diamond.
Crazy diamond.
Al hates the references.
Yeah, he's there. It's every fucking time.
It's so beautiful. Neil, take me.
Things said a lot in the 70s.
And Neil takes you into his loving green embrace.
And the cruelest thing,
Back to the other.
the cruelest thing is that Stevie actually likes Neil Young, but he gets them confused.
How?
So he's just down there like, old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Caro doesn't like Neil Diamond because she keeps mixing him up in her head with Neil Diamond.
Yes, is chasing after her father, who is skating down the street at speed away from her. Oh, I think. Well, if it's the Heelys skates, I mean, what, you're running off and then just every now and then going back onto your heels.
Hey, I've tried Heelys before. It's more like I'm falling over a lot, going nowhere.
Do they have lights on the back, Scott?
Oh, they absolutely do.
What
Green
color are the
ones.
lights?
The lights are green.
And there are 4 lights.
We already have inventory suggestions for the next round.
I think, given the time, this is probably going to be the last round. So make the best of it.
Dad, slow the fuck down.
What do you mean? I'm like lying on the floor with a cracked head.
Well, you've clearly been running for longer than you thought. I mean, you've made your way through what is quite a lot of the suburban sprawl. Maybe you took a shortcut somewhere, but you realize you're now there outside Billy's house. You've landed heavily on the road outside. You're catching your breath, and Kara's finally caught up.
Should we set that house on fire? If it started there?
Well, whatever's inside, we gotta find the source of it and put an end to it. But there's
we burn it.
no. We need to get to the bottom of this.
With fire.
Gonna take off these goddamn Heelys. If you're trying to walk in Heelys, you have to walk on your tiptoes, because if you walk on the heel like a normal person, you just fall over. I'm speaking from experience.
You have automatic stealth in the Heelys.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the Heelys off, and I'm gonna start going towards the house.
And Caro pulls her hedge clippers that she apparently has off her. I'm gonna cut a fine bitch.
Well, maybe you found the hedge clippers in the garden outside the house.
They're just on the ground.
Rather than you having just run through all these suburban streets with that in front of you like some kind of pointy dowsing rod.
Well, apparently I was suddenly wearing Heelys, so I'll buy into it.
Right. We going in? Is this a good idea, Dad?
Do you ever, when you were a kid, do you ever watch that film, The Truman Show?
Yeah. It's real freaky. I had nightmares about it for weeks.
Because that was so much better than what's happened to us. What is this, Groundhog Day?
Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, but not fun.
Groundhog Day, Season of the Witch.
Season of the Pumpkin.
That's I'm not even gonna knock. I'm that cross.
Okay, you go up and you try the door, and the door is open. It swings open. And inside, you can hear the sound of there's a radio playing somewhere inside that's playing Neil Diamond's "I Am, I Said," and you can smell the smell of baking from inside. It sounds like there's someone singing along with the radio.
I go smash the radio.
So you're just charging straight into
As Wes rears up a guitar.
I had an idea for later.
Oh God, what have we wrought? So yeah, I mean, you go into the house and you pass through this dining room that is laid out. There are half a dozen places set on the table, and there are a couple of candles burning there. It's all decorated for Halloween. There are a number of sort of skull and witch type decorations around, but the main theme is pumpkins. There are big pumpkins, small pumpkins, drawing of some pumpkins just dotted around, and the pumpkins are all green.
Uh-huh.
But the sound of the radio and the woman singing along seems to be coming from the kitchen.
Yeah, maybe we should just set this on fire.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Look around. Is there any, like, I'm assuming I'm going to, like, pat my pockets. Do I have a lighter?
There's candles. Are the candles lit?
The candles are lit.
What colour is the flame?
The flame is just flame color. The candles, however,
Pink.
are green.
So we take the candle. We can take the candles and just start setting fire to things. Right. Dad, like, I know about that one little run-in with arson you had, like, when you were, like, in high school. Mom told me all about that.
We need to have a serious conversation. And as I'm, like, sort of putting a candle to the curtains and setting up fire, like, your mum has told a whole load of stories that aren't true. But I'm so glad we're getting to spend some time together. Puts another candle to another curtain.
Yeah, just as you're setting the curtains on fire, you hear someone come through, and there's Billy's mum, dressed in an apron. Now she's dressed in a floral dress, her hair nicely done, and she's got a pair of green oven gloves on, and she's carrying this pie through into the room. And she just smiles as she watches you setting fire to the curtains and says, you've arrived. Pie?
Joe, did your light just explode at the...
Yeah, something just happened. I don't know. I thought I maybe
It got
disconnected. I'm
creepy.
glad I didn't. Yeah, it just went.
At just the right time.
All right.
Yeah, that's.
Was the explosion green?
Did you put a rake through your fuse box?
I think I wouldn't be on the internet if I had. So, yeah, let's just.
Right. Do you want to take a couple of minutes break while you just see whether anything's on fire?
It seems to. Well, the internet would go down, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The fuse.
Not necessarily for fire.
Yeah, it's probably okay.
So, yeah, you were setting fire to the curtains. Mrs. Billy's mum is there, standing there, holding a dish of with a freshly baked pie in it, and she's putting it down on the table. What are the two of you doing?
Setting more things on fire.
Don't listen to her, Caroline. She's a pumpkin.
Like I believe that, like, now, like, everyone's a pumpkin. Everyone, no more Illuminati. This is the pumpkin and Illuminati where we are, like, now. So, like, burn the fucker down.
She looks up smiling as she's cutting into the pie, and you can see green stuff bubbling out of it, and says, you want cream with yours? Or ice cream? How about ice cream, she says, and smiles and goes back into the kitchen. There's more stuff bubbling out of the pie.
I think we need to destroy the pie.
I don't know what we do. Like, anything we just destroy just comes back. How's the fire looking?
The fire's spreading, yeah. I mean, the curtains are on fire, and it's beginning to lick across the roof. There's smoke filling up. The pie is bubbling. Neil Diamond's still singing in the kitchen, and Mrs. Billy's mum is singing along.
Like, Dad, go break the fucking radio.
Yeah, right, sure.
And I'm gonna throw the pie on the ground and start stomping it like, I am never fucking eating pumpkin fucking pie again in my fucking life.
Is there like, is there any weapons in the room? Like, sort of pick up a candle and go no, and then like pick up a cushion off the sofa and go no. Like, is there anything actually usable?
There's the carving knife that she left there. I mean, it's not like a proper knife. It's one of those sort of cake knives. But it's a trowel. It's got a bit of a point on it.
I'm gonna pick it up and push my way into the kitchen. Mrs. Billy's mum, I've got a knife and I'm not afraid to use it. I'm here for the radio.
She's pulled a tub of ice cream out of the fridge and is putting it down. She's looking at it and saying, I probably need to soften it a bit. Are you in a hurry? Should I put it in the microwave?
I'm going to run across the room and smash the radio.
You're looking around. You can't see a radio in the room. The sound just seems to be coming from everywhere.
Okay. and the fire's coming really.
There's smoke coming through from the living room. Yes.
I'm going to run back into the room. There's no radio. That sound's coming from everywhere.
Do we need to like sing something? What's the antithesis of Neil Diamond?
Corn.
You start.
Like, I've got Slayer on Spotify. Iron Maiden, I don't know.
Right. Let's just get out of this flipping fire. Let's go.
And I start playing the loudest like metal music I can find on Spotify while I'm running out the door.
Well, give me a power roll to, as you're going through Spotify. You've got your phone out. You're going through. Yeah. Make it a hard
Listen,
power
play
roll,
four non-blondes.
Oof, that is not a success.
Yeah,
Not even close.
you go through, and every song you can find on Spotify as you're flicking through, every single one is by Neil Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he got 300 million listens.
Rocket Man by Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
Rain of Blood by Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Death
WAP
Witch.
by Neil Diamond.
Yep.
Wet ass
There's some
pumpkin.
booze in this house.
Oh, that's very good.
Now I want to do it.
But yeah, you're running out. You can't find a single song on there that's not by Neil Diamond.
Dad, do you have like Spotify or something? Like, check your phone.
He sort of pulls out like a Nokia and goes, I've got maybe like a Neil Diamond ringtone. Hang on.
Fuck!
The house is beginning to catch behind you. You can see Mrs. Billy's mum now standing in the doorway, outlined just in the flames, still holding the tub of ice cream, saying, I think it's soft enough to eat now.
Is it mint chocolate chip, Scott?
No.
Ecto
Green
Cooler.
kind?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's pistachio.
What do we do now?
We leave.
Like, life?
Like, just any minute I'm going to wake up and I'll be teaching bloody guitar to Mrs. Billy's mum's son.
I love the fact that Billy's name now is Mrs. Billy's mum's son.
We're so great at NPC names.
Okay. And you're just fleeing the burning building and the woman standing in the doorway offering you ice cream.
I got to put my Heelys on first.
And we're running in the opposite direction from home.
Okay, so you're just running off into the sunset in terror. Meanwhile, at the Temple of Diamond, Stevie is there kneeling before Neil. What's Pete doing as you're losing your friend to diamond madness?
You can't fucking think that fucking pumpkin is Neil Diamond. I'm better than... No, you gotta wake up there. Come on now, Stevie. Where are you? Look at me.
I can't look. Is there anything I can do to make this register with me, Scott?
You give me a sand roll to see whether you can break out of your delusion.
Okay.
No.
Nope.
No.
Double zero game, was it?
No, it's a 60.
All right.
But I'm at 30.
Oh, sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh.
But yeah.
No, yeah, I'm at 30 sanity.
Okay, so you only lose 1 point of sanity for failing to see through the delusions, but obviously you're now in a full bout of madness. Yeah, I think at this stage you have to do anything you can to prove your true devotion to Neil Diamond.
Sacrifice.
Okay. Neil, what do you want? Anything, Neil. And I'm like grabbing the legs of the scarecrow, groveling.
You gotta quit prostrating in front of Neil Diamond. Where did my accent go? What the fuck? Where did it go?
It's wicked good.
Are you fucking kidding me, Stevie? Get up there. Get out of here. Come on.
I think if the yelling's distracting me from worshiping Neil Diamond, I'm going to have to do something about it to Pete. But I don't have any projectiles that I know of.
What's in the basement?
Yeah, is there anything I can...
According to the chat cup, you have a ceremonial dagger.
What?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was in the chat.
Right. I assume.
Now we're going to get sherry, but you're going to get death.
I assume the ceremonial dagger is a bit of Neil Diamond merch you've picked up at some stage that's got his head as the pommel.
So I think that I'm going to try to act like I'm coming down to Pete, but then try to kill him with the dagger. In view of the Neil Diamond scarecrow, though. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, Pete. You're right. This is Neil Cubic Zirconia. It's not Neil Diamond at all. We just come over here for a second. Give me a little hug, if you will.
Talking to me. You want me to give you a hug?
Get in here, next to me and Neil.
Pete, I'm not coming over there next to you and fucking Neil Diamond. We're getting out of here.
All right. Now I want to lunge at him.
No, I fucking hate Neil Diamond. Come on.
He doesn't want to be done too soon.
lunging at Pete with the dagger if I truly have one.
Particularly as he has just uttered the ultimate blasphemy.
Yes.
Saying he hates Neil Diamond.
And I was trying to, at the same time, I was trying to reach and grab Stevie's arm to drag him and bring him out. So, like, I actually did make a move forward. Okay. So I am in proximity.
So which one of you has got the higher dex?
I'm 55.
Oh, shit. I'm 50, so good.
Okay, so
my character sucks.
So, I mean, you're reaching in to try to grab his arm, and you can still do that. You can try to grab his arm, but he is trying to stab you in the process. So, effectively, trying to grab his arm is fighting back. So, each of you make a fighting brawl roll.
Oh, jeez.
I'm rooting for Cup for once.
He's gonna win too because I have shit. Oh, good, a 90 against a 35.
Roll
37
Super.
Against 37. It's really 37. I don't know what
fantastic. Okay. I mean, I think as this dagger is dedicated to Neil Diamond, it must do extra damage. So let's say a d6 plus 2 plus your damage bonus, if you have one.
D6 plus 2 plus my damage.
Am I rolling
bonus,
that?
So
I'm rolling that,
yes,
right?
Yes, Cup rolling that. Yeah.
All right. D6 is a 5.
Oh, God.
Damage bonus is 0, so just 7.
So it's just 7 damage. How many hit points does Pete have?
Pete has 12.
Okay, so can you give me a Constitution roll for Pete, please?
You're going to wake up on the altar of Neil.
94.
Okay.
Against a 65. Okay.
So, yes, screaming his devotion to Neil Diamond, which I imagine sounds like singing along with Sweet Caroline, which is still playing in the background. Then Stevie brings the dagger down hard into... you only get Pete's shoulder, but you've still hit a blood vessel in there. And I mean, Pete staggers back in pain, just sort of registering what's going on for a moment, sort of tries to get away, weakly tries to grab at Stevie's arm, and then everything just goes black as he loses consciousness from the pain and blood loss.
Yeah.
Ow.
I'd like to carry the unconscious body over right in front of the scarecrow, if I may.
Yeah, well, I mean, the scarecrow doesn't look anything like a scarecrow to you now. I mean, this is Neil Diamond,
Just Neil,
standing
yeah.
in front of you, made
point.
flesh. He is smiling down at you. You can see the light pouring from his eyes and his mouth as he does so. I mean, he is singing and singing only to you, though, even though his lips aren't moving and the sound is coming from everywhere.
Neil, I did it for you, Neil. And I rest Pete's body down in front of Neil's feet. Neil, what do you want me to do? Neil, we can be together.
Oh, if I were properly prepared, I could come up with just the right Neil Diamond quote here. But I think instead, you just see him raise his arm up in a mime of stabbing and just goes, bom, bom, bom.
That's pretty perfect.
So I'm going to follow through. I'm going to do my best to make it almost like carving a pumpkin right in Petey's face.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
If I can. But
Okay.
sorry for always trying to kill you, Wes.
Then I mean, with the other two running away into the night, I mean, once again, this will only take you so far. And yeah, the night
Skating,
that you're running
Scott.
off into.
Skating.
Oh, skating. Sorry, I'm doing you a dirty there. You're skating and running off into the night. You see the houses that you're running past. There are lights on in them, and from the corner of your eyes, you can see that there are three lights on in that one, and 3 lights on in that one, and as you look around, you can see these sort of grinning, glowing faces from the lights in the windows, but they're not really windows anymore, are they? I mean, these houses, they're all far too round. And they're just these huge carved faces grinning at you in mockery as you skate past.
like, Dad, do you remember when there was that whole thing where people thought that if you said rock music lyrics backwards, you'd summon Satan or something? What if we sang Sweet Caroline backward? Maybe it would stop the summoning.
Hey, I mean, I like you a lot, but there's no way you're going to get me to sing on stream live.
Just roll for it. You've got the singing.
Well, if we just chant them backwards or something.
This is what I've been built for. I have 70 in wedding singer.
So tell me how exactly you are doing this Neil Diamond banishing ritual.
Well, I've got my Neil Chronomicon, which is apparently what the chat has decided it is now. And I tried doing some symbols in the air and stuff, and chanting the lyrics backwards while he's trying to sing them backwards. If I had chalk, I'd draw a circle, but we don't have one. So
Since it's backwards, should his 70 be an 07?
ha ha ha.
Okay, so are you doing this where you stand, or are you going anywhere in particular to perform your ritual?
We don't seem to be in danger. There's houses that are turning into pumpkins.
Should we do it here, or is there somewhere more powerful?
Again, if I knew more about Neil Diamond, then I might know that there was a place in Delaware that maybe he's he was born here or something.
All those songs about Delaware. Oh, Delaware's the fucking diamond state. I forgot. It is. That's the nickname.
That was the Neil Diamond state.
The whole place is.
Stop it.
The whole place is power. So
Oh, God.
we're just gonna do it right here before we end up running out of Delaware because it's so tiny.
And Newcastle and Delaware is right in the middle of Delaware, right? That's
It's northern, but let's say it's central.
All right,
So you're the heart of the diamond.
Yeah, the northern bit would be the heart of the diamond. It's perfect.
Draw a diamond in the air. All right, let's try it.
I think then this is going to be a hard wedding singer role in order to sing Sweet Caroline.
Hang on. Before we start, I'm going to reach out and say, touching hands.
Touching you. Caroline looks defeated. She's going to need years of therapy just for that.
Okay, well, then it's going to come down to this, whether you can call upon the power of the anti-diamond to dispel all this.
The cubic zirconia.
What I'd say is, like I say, we'll make it a combined hard wedding singer / power roll. So it's whichever out of the two of those is lowest.
So, I mean, in all your years of Call of Cthulhu keeping, Scott, how often have you said that particular line?
Oh, I've lost count, Joe. I've lost count.
Mm-hmm.
I've realised that my roll 20 has accidentally been closed. So, do you want to roll, Rena?
Yeah.
That'd be easier.
Do you have luck ready just in case?
Yeah.
So, what's your POW?
Well, so my wedding singer is 70.
Yeah. So 35 there. What's your POW?
Power is 40.
Oh, okay. So you need 20.
Do you have?
Sorry, you need 40. So 30. So you need 35 because I said just ordinary power, hard wedding. So yeah.
So do you have? It was a 53, Joe. Do you have luck to make it down to a 35?
Yeah, sure. I have 62 luck. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I have lots of luck.
Glad I ran off with you.
So, Joe, tell me about how this is working because I haven't got a fucking clue.
Again, if I knew more about Neil Diamond, but I feel that we kind of like touch hands and there's this spark of green fire that kind of just sort of grows in between our palms. And as we sing the lyrics of Sweet Caroline in unison,
backwards,
our voices backwards, our voices begin to echo and thrum through the whole town, and the ground below us begins to crack. and at first there's just one crack, and then there's another one and another one, and then we look up, and this kind of burst of fire explodes from our hands and shoots into the sky, and there's 3 flashes of lightning, and then there's this enormous bum bum bum
of thunder.
It'd be backwards. It'd be like wham, wham, wham.
And that bomb 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 is repeated, and the lightning crashes down again. Bomb bomb bomb, and again it crashes down, and you hear the sound of knocking on the front door, bump, 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 as Billy, stops playing the guitar and looks at you, and Billy looks perfectly normal at this stage. He's just, there aren't any extra fingers and there aren't lights dancing in his eyes, and he looks up and says, "You going to get that, Mr. Dan?"
Yeah. Hang on, just 1 second. I'm going to take off the. Reach over to where the songbook is. I'm going to take off the Neil Diamond one and go, just 1 minute. And I'm going to kneel down and start flicking through the books and pull out a David Bowie songbook. Oh, yeah. Here you go. You work on that. And then walk
Ziggy upstairs. Played guitar. There we
go. And head towards the door.
Yep. You go up and you answer the door, and there's Caroline and her 2 friends standing there at the front door.
Do we remember all of this?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Pete?
Pete's going to need serious.
I'm knocked out.
No, you're here now.
No, you're back. You're standing there at the front door with everyone else.
But you remember what happened.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I
remember. You remember being sacrificed to Neil Diamond.
First thing first is I lunge at Stevie's neck and grab it to try to choke the bastard out.
Okay.
You fucking sacrificed me to fucking Neil Diamond?
I fixed it. I got us back.
You fixed nothing, you fucking asshole.
Hang on. Is what's on the table in the living room?
There is a pumpkin. The pumpkin is orange.
Oh,
Roll credits.
Shall we leave it there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. As long as I'm still being choked out.
Oh, absolutely.
Scott, I have solved your pumpkin puzzle.
Oh, good. I'm glad one of us knows.
Oh, very good, Scott. Thank you. I had no idea where that was going, and neither did you. So
That was great.
that felt like a tidy ending.
Yeah, I mean, good times have never felt so good.
Exactly.
Ha ha ha.
Very good. Well, let's go around one more time and just tell people where they can find you. And thank you everyone for playing this game. It's risky to
for
play,
inviting
even
me.
though in front of a small crowd. But when we had no preparation really at all.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, Rena, you kicked us off last time. Where can people find
Yep.
you?
Yep. So you can find me on the Discord for How We Roll. It's good friends of Jackson Elias and Ain't Slayed Nobody as Romulan Rena. I'm there quite a bit, so if you want to chat, just drop by. I've got an upcoming arc on the D&D podcast, The First Watch, so keep an ear out for that. I'm on the upcoming arc, Mr. Corbett, for Ain't Slayed Nobody at the end of October, assuming Cup survives that long. And I've got some other really cool, fun stuff that I'll be sharing over the next few weeks. So you can check that out at my Twitter, which is at snarky_Romulan.
Just to be clear, was that a threat?
No. No.
And how about you, Joe?
Yeah, loads of places. So How We Roll Discord is a great place to find us. I've got a Twitter, which is HWR at HWR Podcast. We've got a Facebook page and various other things. Probably the best two places to find me right now are on the Ain't Slayed Nobody feed as of today. So there's I played this character called Jonesy, right? Who's this charming, wonderful, awesome, what's he called? Parkour expert. And I'm pretty sure it's going to end really well for him. So yeah, tune into today's episode, and there's another one coming out in a couple of weeks, I think. You can also, it's so difficult to stop that voice. You can also find me on twitch.tv/doesitroll. We've got a couple of episodes there already. We played The Code with a guy called Duncan Rhodes, who's amazing. And we also are on twitch.tv/D&D this Sunday for the official Rime of the Frost Maiden playthrough for Wizards of the Coast, which I'm super excited about.
Perfect. And Wes?
Appreciate the Unland plug, Joe. I was also on that, and if you want to hear me fuck up a British accent, that's a good place to tune in. I also played Jeremiah on the main arc of Ain't Slayed Nobody, so keep listening. We just did another session this last week, and shit's getting fun. I've got a roast battle on Zoom. I'll be posting stuff up on Twitter about that, and you can follow me there at Thactor. That's THACKTOR because I am an adult and that is my online name. Other than that, I think if you're a college football fan, you can check out the tailgate. We probably should be posting that tomorrow on goodbullhunting.com, and it will not be good. And other than that,
Perfect.
that's it.
Your British accent on Unland's better than my American accent, so don't beat yourself up.
Hey, apparently it's better than mine. I got accused of, but a friend of mine in London said that I sounded like a New Zealander. I thought
Man, I was walking around listening to that show the other day, and it was just like, what the fuck were you doing?
That's funny. But
so much fun.
They've already plugged everything I want to plug, but I will say I'm pretty sure Unland Part 2 is going to be maybe the best thing we produced, or at least up there. It's awesome. Scott takes us on a wild ride in Part 2 of that, so definitely check that out October 6th, and you can listen on our feed now to Unland Part 1. So just 2 short weeks away, less than, and that's all. We're ain'tslayednobody.com, and now Scott, how can people find all your cool stuff?
Yeah, thanks. Well, the best way of finding out what I'm up to is take a look at blasphemoustomes.com, which is the home of the Good Friends of Jackson Elias podcast, wherein we talk about Call of Cthulhu, weird fiction, horror films, and all sorts of other cool stuff. There's links on there to various social media presences and so on. But alternatively, yes, I am on the Ain't Slayed Nobody, How We Roll, and of course the Good Friends Discord servers. Or you can find me on Twitter at @sdorward, if you can spell that.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the audience. Some people stuck in there for the entire ride. So we appreciate y'all.
Oh, bless you.
Really
Thanks,
sorry.
y'all.
We'll probably have something else in between, but our next known thing is October 10th. We're going to play Alien with John Hook. And Scott and Rena are both going to be players in that, along with me and Chuck and Graham Patrick, who is a really cool guy who writes fun Call of Cthulhu scenarios. So until then, check out Does It Roll, Joe's channel, and we'll be back soon. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for watching.